Nate, how you doing?
Shitty.
Why?
Actually, I'm doing all right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We're back with the podcast. There's a lot of things changing in the recording room
Yeah.
right now.
They wouldn't know if you didn't say anything.
That's true, but now they do.
Yeah.
But-
So, Gavin
Yeah.
is on the left. I'm on the right now.
What the hell?
That's crazy.
That is fucking nuts. I don't like it.
It's weird.
It is kind of weird, isn't it?
Weird.
We're literally like, it's like, I don't know, it's just fucking crazy. Nate, what are we talking about today, though?
Talking about this hair that was on my phone.
What the fuck? What's your hair? Whose hair is that?
Fucking, it's gray.
Oh, God, are you
See
going
that?
gray,
It's
buddy?
fucking- it's fucking gray.
Buddy, you're not going gray, are you?
Who are you fucking? Why is there gray hair
Who
on
are
my
you?
phone?
I don't know who are you fucking, man. Are you going gray?
Oh, yeah, you didn't even say what this fucking podcast was.
Well, I asked you.
Better intros and all that.
Well, I asked you about it.
Welcome back, guys, to the Gav and Nate Podcast. The only podcast where we talk about half of a TV show because our upload schedule is fucked.
Yeah.
And we just want to make sure we talk about it before it gets out of cultural irrelevance.
Zeitgeist, yes, of course.
Zeitgeist.
Because, like, by the time, probably the 7th or 8th episode comes out, this will come out,
Yeah, I think you're right.
So-
yeah,
will actually be relevant.
maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We're talking about The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Not the video game. The show.
The hit TV show.
The classic heartthrob hit TV show.
It's going off, dude.
It's going off.
It's bigger than
Texas.
House of the Dragon, the HBO
Thank
Game
God.
of Thrones
Good.
prequel, which that did really well because obviously Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's a Game of
Even though the last season I guess was pretty trash or something.
Yeah, fucking
I didn't watch
with
it.
Starbucks cups in the background.
That's really funny. I love that stuff.
That's really funny too.
like how in The Mandalorian for like a little while there was like a brief second where a guy was going behind a corner and he was just wearing like jeans and a t-shirt
That's fucking awesome.
and like just like normal shit.
They kept it in.
No, they took it out.
Oh, okay.
Because it's streaming and they can change everything about everything.
yeah, they can just edit it.
Yeah, they edited it like the next morning.
That sucks.
But there's screenshots online.
Oh,
You can
thank
look at
gosh.
it.
I want to look at it. I want to look it up after this.
It was amazing because like the Star Wars fandom, like there's a meme around about Glup Shido and how like every
Glup.
background character has like I don't know some backstory.
That's
It's like,
awesome.
It's like a really weird thing about Star Wars. There's probably other fandoms that do that too, but
Wiki fandoms.
yeah, but like fucking he had like a whole backstory for
That's
some
awesome.
reason.
That's
like,
awesome.
Like within a day, a couple hours,
I love that.
and now he's gone.
Poor guy. Who knows where he
But
is?
I will always remember
Club shit up.
jeans and t-shirt guy or whatever they called him.
I don't fucking
Or just
know.
jeans guy. But speaking of the Mandalorian,
Kinda.
this stars the internet's Zaddy himself. I actually don't like that word. I like to just call him Daddy.
I don't know. I forgot what Zaddy means, and I'm younger than you, so
I think it's like an online, like slutty daddy.
I don't know.
Zaddy.
I like calling my daddy though.
Yeah, same. So,
Internet.
so Pedro Pascal, internet daddy. He's the daddest dad of any dad
That's ever dad.
that's ever dadded in one of these like.
Dads.
He's a guy. He's kind of a loner probably, and then he picks up a childlike person, and then they go on an
a
adventure.
childlike person.
Probably with a bit of reluctance thrown in there.
Yeah.
Most likely, and they bond over it or something.
Hijinks ensue.
And hijinks ensue.
That's
people die. Hijinks
hijinks
ensue.
ensue. That's
People commit suicide. Hijinks
Suicide.
ensued. Twice.
I love it.
Twice.
We all love suicide here.
That's actually. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Dude.
Usually you don't see that shit in like TV shows.
No,
They did
it's
twice.
fucking awesome, dude. This is a great show.
I love it. What the fuck is that, Gavin?
What?
Hey, you fucking drink.
I need to cleanse my palate. What? Keep it
Jesus
in.
Christ.
It's fucking good behind the scenes stuff. But
All right.
so, what's the plot of Last of Us?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I'm in this seat now.
All right. Okay, Gavin. So I just fucking explained it.
Yeah, you did. Hijinks ensue.
Fucking suicide ensues. I just fucking flipped that.
Yeah, you did.
All right. So we got a dad,
Yep.
and he's got a daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and
Not anymore.
that's a spoiler.
Is it?
I think it's a light.
The
spoiler.
game has been out for
It's a
over
light
10
spoiler.
years.
I saw people online that did not see the game and didn't know anything about the show, and they were devastated by the first episode.
Yeah, man.
And I love it.
That's awesome. Because I was devastated when I played the game.
Spoilers, by the way. Like, full-on spoilers.
It's going to be full spoilers, especially if you haven't played the game.
I guess if we're going to do spoilers,
It's just
for anybody that doesn't want spoilers, I would highly recommend it.
Yeah. Please watch it.
Even if you didn't play the game, like Coleman, he's like, oh, I didn't play the game, so I don't have any connection to it. Even if you didn't play the game.
It doesn't matter.
They made it for people. They made it for both people. They made it really well, where they made it for people that did play the games, and they added new stuff that makes sense, and it's good, and we'll get into it later. But then they also kept in, like, almost scene-for-scene recreations that are like, hey,
like, a lot of it, they follow the game plot to a T. It's amazing.
For the most part, but there's, like, deviations.
Well, whatever. But, like, their deviations are there for the character and world building. You know what I mean? And it's great for that reason. I listened to the podcast that came out with it, and they mentioned... I didn't.
How they mentioned a couple things with how they were gonna... They never did anything just to be different.
Mm-hmm.
They did stuff that they felt was added onto it, which we'll get into, because there's like a complete episode that's like almost entirely new.
Right.
And it's great.
It's fantastic.
But highly recommend it, even if you didn't play the games. And even if you did play the games, it's great.
You're going to get a lot out of it.
You're going to get a lot of it.
But even if you didn't play the games, you're going to get a lot out of it. What's your rank? What would you rate it? 1 to 10.
I mean, we've only seen half the season so far, because it's only been released. I'd say up to this point, I'd say it's like an 8 or a 9.
This is easy 9 so far.
Like, I think, like, we'll get into it, but episode 4 is kind of a lull for me. Episode 5 is a banger.
I kind of agree. We'll get to it.
I'd say 1, 3, and 5 are bangers, and 2 and 4 are kind of lull episodes. They're not bad, but they're just worse than
You
the
said
other
2
ones.
and 4?
Yeah.
Okay. I only think 4 is kind of a lull episode.
I guess there's some good stuff in 2, but there's some stuff that doesn't really work for me.
Okay, well, we'll get into it, won't we?
Yeah, so 8. I'm going to go with an 8 for now.
I'll go for a 9 for now.
Yeah.
That could change. Maybe it'll go down to a 1.
Maybe, because like some shows really fucking
they get you in the first half, not going to lie.
Yeah. So, Gavin.
Yeah.
I Explain the Mean Show.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck happened in episode 1?
Episode 1?
Mind you, this is actually...
Well...
fun fact, this was meant to be 2 episodes, but...
Yeah, fucking 1.
There's a point in it where they're like, hey, we didn't actually see Joel and Ellie interact yet.
No,
we should fucking
didn't.
combine this.
Yeah. Oh, is that why they did it?
Yeah, so... I'll let you explain in a second. But there's a point... You remember when he's burning the kid?
Yeah.
So they said as soon as he throws the kid down, and it pauses for a second, where he's like just standing there, that was going to be the end of the first episode.
Gnarly.
And then everything after that was going to be episode 2.
Oh, I kind of in the end I kind of like that they combined it.
Yeah, I do too, because it, like, if they just ended it there, you're like,
it's like, what the hell? Where's Ellie?
Well, it also doesn't really hook you into the after zombie shit.
I don't know, man. It does hook you. I mean, this is the beginning of Last of Us, after all.
I don't know. I feel like, as people that saw it before, we're hooked already.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if you're going into it and you're just like, oh, this kid died, then, oh, another kid just died. Okay.
Yeah.
Like you might not come back.
I get. Okay, fair enough. Well, then I guess it's to its benefit.
Yeah,
so
I think so. But
everyone knows what happens.
What the fuck happened again?
In the Last of Us game. So what happens in the TV show? Same shit. Different toilet.
Yeah, right? I like this toilet.
I do too. Golden toilet.
I
except
like this shit.
I think there's some key differences right off the jump.
Okay.
The daughter's older.
Yeah, she's slightly older.
She's like in her teen years. Like I think in the game she was like
12 or
God,
something.
she was like no, not even. She was probably like 9 or 10.
No, I think she was 12.
Whatever. Either way, we got probably like a 14, 15-year-old now.
Yeah, it's like early teens, preteen.
Early teens. We see that we see more of their relationship, which I kind of enjoy.
Yeah, I thought that was really good.
I enjoyed that a lot because it made you care about the character. And like literally while I was watching it, I'm like, oh, I know what's gonna happen. This sucks. Like I'm seeing
the entire like they kept on going with more Sarah stuff. I'm like, come on, man,
this shit sucks.
What the fuck, man? Come on.
Oh my gosh! And let me just say, when everything goes to shit, Oh man, it's
great.
exactly like the game, dude. It's fucking awesome.
It's not exactly like.
Well, I mean,
they didn't have the. Like Sarah didn't immediately wake up and get attacked. She was like she had to go outside.
Yeah,
and over.
She was like
there's slight differences, and it makes it more interesting.
Well, it makes it. There's more. It builds tension.
Yeah, because
I like that.
The grandma, that was like she was like pretty much paralyzed or something.
Yeah, G-Ma was
And then like there's a scene where Sarah's in the foreground and like out of focus the grandma's like twitching and like faces
That's
like
fucked up.
opening up and she's like starting to move because like the fungus I guess like
yeah
it's so powerful that it just takes you over and can like maybe rebuild some of your like neural functions in your brain.
Gross.
It's fucking nasty.
That's gnarly.
Oh man, the grossest thing in this entire show to me. It gets me every time. I rewatch these episodes.
He opens his mouth and he just goes.
Oh, dude, the like hair-looking tendrils out of their mouth. It did look
fucking nasty, dude.
Oh, it grosses me out so much.
It looks fucking nasty. I'll give you that.
Especially like we'll get into it in episode 2 about the kiss.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
it gives me shivers.
Yeah, it was fucking gnarly.
Like it's just the way little tentacle tendril.
I'm gonna grab you, and then he grabs her.
Yeah, it's great.
But look, I mean, we know what happens in the first. She gets fucking shot.
And you know who shoots her? The showrunner.
Really?
Yeah, Craig Mazin or Mazin.
What a fucking dickhead.
He cameos. I didn't know it when I first watched it.
What a fucking asshole.
I think that's great because I feel like the internet, like they have a weird thing when they attach to like, oh, you did this thing to a character I like in a show, so I'm gonna harass you on Instagram or whatever. That shit. I can't believe that's the thing. It happens all the time. I don't understand it.
I didn't know that. That's gnarly.
Yeah, it happens all the time, but they didn't do it for him, I guess.
Good.
Maybe he did that intentionally to take the brunt of that. Like, you shot Sarah. You
what the
asshole.
fuck, you asshole?
It's like, yeah, I did.
Yeah, you fucking
We can
did.
do that. I also killed fucking another child later on. Fucker.
Heyo. Heyo. But yeah, she gets shot. And it's sad. It sucks. Yeah. Everything sucks.
The scene leading up to that is really good.
Oh, man.
I like the like POV shot,
just
like the game for most of the part.
car, in the truck, dude.
Yeah, where they're like driving through the dark field and like it feels super cramped because like if this happened at daytime, you'd be able to see all around you. You might be able to see a way out.
Yeah, but it's
dark. There's like fields all around you, and like there's cars on this fucking interstate that they're trying to get out. And like the plane is really well set up throughout the entire scene. Like at first it flies over. Then like Sarah's looking around. And you see it off in the distance. It's slightly coming around to like downtown Austin, where they're at, and then it slowly, like eventually,
just
ends up fucking just crashing right there.
It looks fucking awesome.
I thought it was a great change because like
it's fucking awesome.
Like the car crashes, whatever, but like
the plane, dude,
it gives it a little bit of extra spice.
Yeah, it's like oh man,
plane crash because it makes sense that like that stuff would happen.
Yeah, they're
over
fucking
like a main city.
The
like
planes are Russian.
Yeah.
And they're probably gonna, at some point at least, hit each other.
Well, like they mentioned later on where where it actually started. So like it would be on planes and like being traveling and like everywhere. So it makes sense that it would be
nuts.
Like yeah.
And then we cut fucking years later.
Yeah, 20 years later. I'm curious how people take that nowadays. I remember in the game. Like where it hits you 20 years, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's fucking gross.
20 years, that's what I thought.
That's fucking gross.
It's good. It gives it like lots of breathing room for world development.
Oh yeah,
after the fact. And then when you first see it, it's like 20 years later. Jeez, it's like, all right, fair enough. Okay.
And then fucking who do we see? We see fucking Bull.
No, we see the kid.
No, we don't see Bull. Oh no, we don't see Bull.
We see the classic.
Common.
They use this trope twice in the show so far, where they show a kid. They have a clothing item. Like, I think she had green shoelaces or whatever. Then they're like, oh, yeah, we're going to give you medicine and toys and And they fucking kill her because she's infected.
Yeah, Jesus.
Then cuts later to Joel.
To Bull.
To kind of show how
fucking broken and disconnected this man is.
Yeah, and he just fucking burns her without a
second
fucking
thought. Yeah, doesn't even think about it. And I think one of the soldiers looks at him like, the hell?
No, it was...
No?
It was a woman.
Oh, was it a woman? It was Tess I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember. It was someone.
I thought for some reason it was Tess at first.
Yeah, well, I don't think it was
I didn't
Tess.
know who was cast as her.
I don't think it was Tess. So
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It definitely was on.
But it was freaking gnarly. It really shows how broken this man is.
Yeah, you know where that trope's from, right?
No.
It's from Schindler's List.
I never fucking watched it.
I never seen it, but the trope is like the entire movie's black and white.
Mm-hmm.
But the main character girl, she has like a red jacket or something.
Oh, could you see the red jacket?
You can see the red jacket when like there's like dead bodies being carted away.
Oh.
Apparently, it's a really heartbreaking scene. I imagine because like you follow this girl and like her story, which I think it's a doctor or someone played by Liam Neeson, and I guess you connect with her, and then at the end,
she probably fucked.
You see the red jacket.
Yeah. And
she's dead, I guess. And that's where that trope comes from, where you see a clothing item of a kid, and then later on, it's not explicitly said that it's the kid right there, but like you're like, oh yeah, green laces, that's them.
Yeah.
Shit, dog.
I'm just amazed at the show. It's a really good show, man.
Yeah, that's killing 2 kids within the first hour.
That's crazy. That's unheard of.
Not a lot of kids do that.
Die?
I mean, emotionally, I wasn't really connected to the second one, but like still.
Well, yeah, but like
that's impressive.
It's very it's fucking great. I'd love to see it. Yeah, man. And then we see Tess.
See Tess.
We see Tess.
I mentioned this a couple episodes ago.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't really care for the person that was cast as Tess. She doesn't feel right to me.
I didn't mind her.
Tess in the game always gave me like, I don't know, like badass aunt vibes. But then this one kind of gives me like,
she hasn't had a cigarette in 2 weeks and she's really mad about it.
Kind of. like I don't know, she feels like fake tough.
I don't think
like
so.
Hollywood fake tough, and not like Tess, who like she felt like an actual genuine like grizzled 20-year-old veteran in this apocalypse, and like her and Joel have this.
More than 20 in this show, isn't she?
No, I mean 20 years like
in
the apocalypse.
20 in the apocalypse. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, she didn't feel right to me.
I don't know. I thought she was fine. You know, she was Tess. I knew what was going to happen to her.
Yeah.
But, you know, Tess.
I didn't expect them to kill her in episode 2 so quickly.
I kind of did.
I thought it was going to be more like episode 3.
Technically, it would be episode 3 if they combined 2 episodes.
That's true.
So, it's
but
like,
it wasn't.
Yeah, fair. I know, but, like, you know, if you think about it, they kind of did.
Yeah.
Anyway, but, like, we're jumping the gun here. I didn't mind Tess. I did think that she was kind of more... What's the word I'm looking for in this adaptation? She's more...
she's more controlling to Joel.
No.
Like, they even say it in the podcast I listened to, where they mention, like, Joel... I never got this from Joel. I thought he was more wise, but I guess they see him as this kind of not stupid but simple kind of guy.
Yeah,
that he's got a mission.
Oh,
and he's
like Ellie in the show always makes fun of him and being like, "Oh, really?"
I never thought that about Joel. Like he's very intelligent, survival wise, and like he's
probably just
he's
like,
very capable. He's very knowledgeable on like I don't know, obscure music.
The epox.
Like, I don't know. I never thought of him as like a simple character, but then like
I mean,
paired that with they mentioned how Tess is kind of more, I guess, supposed to be the one in charge.
Okay.
And when she gets jumped by Robert and his guys, she stops Joel, knowing like she can control him like
That's
that.
true.
And then eventually she's like, when she wants her way, she can point like her dog in the direction and fucking go bite him, kind of thing.
Okay.
Like
yeah,
that's what they kind of say.
Oh, that's an interesting character
and I don't
mind it.
I don't know. I think that's kind of weird. Because I don't know.
I don't think it's that bad. That's actually decent. I don't mind that. Joel is like I mean, in the game, he wasn't that smart. Like, book smart, I mean. That's kind of what he does in the, is kind of like in the show, too.
I don't know. I don't think he was no scientist, but I don't think he was stupid.
Yeah, but he wasn't really book smart, you know what I mean?
He
was more like, street smart.
Yeah,
that's
I don't know.
Like, you know how there's people that are fucking street smart but not book smart? That's kind of how I feel like Joel is.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that. That motherfucker he can kill.
Yeah.
He fucking kills. He fucks, too.
Yeah, that's a huge change in this show. I think so far up to episode... I think it was up to episode 4 they were talking. I think Joel only killed like 5 guys or something like that.
Yeah, he didn't kill as many people.
So many less people in the show, which I think is probably a good thing.
It's for the best because I think that it hits better once he kills less, but you could see he's not remorseful about it.
Right.
Once you see he's remorseful and he's killing fucking so many people, it's like, oh, okay, well, we get it. You know what I mean?
Also, I feel like in the games, like, you have to do that for gameplay reasons. Like, you can't just make a story game. Otherwise, like...
I mean, yeah,
it's fine. But, like, I think The Last of Us actual gameplay is fun, too.
Oh, it's great.
And, like, you kind of need that in between cutscenes.
Oh, for sure.
But if like, a show, it's an entire cutscene.
Well, yeah, like I said, that's the advantages.
Then you don't need to constantly have, like, nameless goons and make him look like a psychopath.
Mm-hmm. Fucking crazy-ass motherfucker.
Yeah, which we'll talk about later, I think, maybe. Or maybe next time.
Next time.
But, like, this is getting a season 2. That was confirmed.
I heard that. That's a common HBO Max thing.
Yeah, I'm
to, like, for fucking 2 episodes and you have...
Yeah.
Next season, think about it. 2 seasons. Next, we renewed you. You know?
Well, the showrunner said he would want to do part 2 in 2 seasons.
Oh.
So.
Oh, that would be weird.
Yeah, I want to talk.
Oh, God.
I want to talk
about...
Oh,
no.
Well, it's a lot bigger. It's a lot grander.
That is true. It's a bigger fucking game.
There's a lot of gaps that you could fill in.
I wonder how they'll do that.
Yeah, I want to talk about maybe next time. Like,
okay, yeah, we can
theories on how they would break it up, because if you're doing 2 seasons, and like we both know how that game goes, there's not a great way. Like if you take just that game, split it down the middle, it doesn't work story wise at all.
You know what? They're probably I don't want to talk. We'll talk about it next time.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next time.
I have a theory.
Yeah. So then, the end of the episode, we meet Ellie. And I got really worried about this. I thought this was really weird how she was chained up, but they
explain
get over it. They get over it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I was like, this is kind of weird. It's kind of weird. The fucking fireflies.
Yeah.
Looking like bad guys chaining up a little girl.
Yeah, but
then weird.
Well, they explained that, like, oh, they don't know if she's infected. That's why they've been testing her.
Right. Yeah, because in the game, Ellie knew Marlene before.
Mm-hmm.
But in this, Marlene knew Ellie before, but Ellie didn't know Marlene. So
interesting.
Just different dynamic, and I guess whatever.
That's interesting.
So then we
they have a talk.
End of the episode. Yeah, they have a talk, and they're like, "Yeah, I knew your mom or something," and then something alluding to Riley, which I didn't play the DLC. I just never got around to it.
Neither did I.
I'm interested to see where that's going to fit in eventually, because I
don't know what they'll do. I think they should do something with it.
They definitely do it. Riley was cast, and in the trailer, there's like a very small shot of them taking photos in like the mall or something.
Oh man,
like
that's from the DLC. Yeah, that's from the DLC.
Yeah, so there's something with it. Like
maybe there'll be an episode.
Here somewhere.
Maybe there'll be an episode.
Maybe that's what I'm expecting.
I hope that could be really good. I heard good things about the DLC.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. It would add a lot to Ellie's character.
Yeah.
But then fucking Joel and Tess are going to fucking get Robert, and they're like, "Oh shit! Somebody already fucking shot this place up.
Yeah,
we can't do a Last of Us gameplay here.
That sucks."
And then it's really, really quickly like, "Oh hey, can you take Ellie?
Take Ellie.
Take Ellie. We'll give you a car or something."
There's
an added subplot where Joel is already looking for his brother.
Tommy.
Like in the game, he just ends up just taking her to him eventually.
Yeah.
But in this, he's already actively looking for his brother, and I like that.
That's neat.
That adds more like he actually cares for his brother still.
It gives him motive.
Yeah, it gives him like
a motive to like look, because like I think he's already going that way anyway. So it's like, okay, it makes sense.
He's like, fucking fine, I'll take you with me.
Yeah. He's
we'll
like,
do a Last of Us, I guess.
Yeah, we could do a Last of Us. Yeah, what do you say we do a Last of Us?
What are we, some kind of The Last of Us HBO Max original series?
What are your thoughts on Bella Ramsey?
All right, in this first episode, I thought she was fine.
Okay.
She didn't have much to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess if we're talking overall, I really like her.
I do like her a lot,
in the face, too. I still don't see it at all.
Holy shit. I doesn't matter to me. She's 19 in real life.
Yeah.
She looks like a fucking baby.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
I'm really curious if they're going to wait for her to grow up a little bit more.
You would think they at least wait till she's like 24 or 25.
Yeah, because like right now she's 19. Ellie is 19, I think, in part 2, but she doesn't look 19,
no, she
and I
looks
can't see her being like that physical as Ellie was.
No, yeah, because
she's
Ellie
short.
got tall.
She's shorter. She's
Yeah.
she's just less in stature.
Yeah.
So like she can't be taken on just like she wouldn't be taking on hordes of goons probably because like that's
Probably
just
not.
not the show.
Not yet.
But there's got to be a physicality to her to a point because that's a huge part of Ellie, and that is like she's just on it. She's on a fucking bloodthirsty mission.
Yeah, you can see her change. Yeah, you see her change over time. So I'm curious to see what they'll do.
Yeah.
For if they're gonna do Last of Us 2, Part 2. But,
yeah. Well, they are, but like.
Well, they are, but I'm curious. I don't know what they're gonna do.
I hope they don't recast her. I don't like it when they do that to recast older.
I don't know.
To save time.
I don't know.
They did that in House of the Dragon and it made me stop watching.
I wouldn't fucking know because you stopped watching House of the Dragon.
Yeah, because like
That's fucking awesome.
it didn't mentally connect that it was the same person.
That's fucking awesome.
So like apparently it's so good, but I don't know. There's a disconnect there for me.
Yeah, right.
And they did it for mostly every actor. Because it was like a 10-year time jump, and they're like, oh, yeah, we'll just fucking recast. It's like, okay.
Yeah, all right.
Whatever.
So I think that's episode 1.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, Tess and Joel take Ellie. I love the scene. It's really funny at the end where Marlene, who's the actual voice actor from the game.
Oh, that's
for
cool.
Marlene. It was like the only
that's pretty cool.
carryover, which she looks exactly like Marlene.
Yeah,
so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like Troy Baker doesn't look like Joel.
No.
He looks like a hipster.
No, it's Troy Baker. You know what I mean?
Like I like Troy Baker, but
too.
he wears this weird fucking hat that makes him look like a 2010s hipster.
Oh, it's probably a fedora or some shit.
Yeah, something.
Oh man,
it's some weird
I love
little
him.
hat. It's great. It looks good on him, but it's just funny.
That's fucking sick. Yeah, we see.
And then Ashley Johnson is obviously not a 14-year-old.
No. No, not at all. But yeah, that's episode 1. Good episode. Very good introduction.
I think it was a great first episode. I think it's one of the strongest pilots I've seen in a long time.
It's a good pilot. It's a very good pilot. I think the length really helps.
I think it helps it, and I think it might hinder it for some people.
Sure,
but it's all good stuff. I don't think there's an unnecessary scene in here. I think it's all
necessary.
Very well
it
written,
all builds,
very well woven, edited, and paced.
Anything. It's all to build character, build the story, and fucking everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we get to episode 2.
Episode 2. We should probably be quicker because one was at half an hour.
Holy moly! Okay,
episode.
let's try to do 15 minutes an episode then.
Yeah,
that works, right?
We'll just try and be quicker.
Yeah. Because that'll be an hour. Okay, yeah.
It's episode 2.
Episode 2. Sorry.
I think this is a really simple episode.
It's a simple but effective episode. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit! At the very end of the episode, they have the scene where they're sneaking out, and the guard is there, sees them, and Joel, he has a flashback, and I thought this was really well done. Where when Sarah gets shot, which we didn't really talk about that too much.
Well,
she got shot and it was really sad.
She got shot. Well, we did talk about it. We were like, yeah, it sucks.
Whimpering kids as they're dying is really sad. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anything whimpering.
Oh, I do have a note I just remembered from that where it's really sad. Okay, so Joel's watch, I think breaks.
Yeah, it breaks because of him falling, I think, or is it the bullet?
I don't know. I think it's from him falling.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
But when
it's the wash that Sarah gave him.
Yeah, fucking
like
fixed
just
it.
gave.
Dude, literally just fixed it.
Yeah, it's so fucked up, dude.
And then when Sarah's dying, he's screaming for Tommy, which I don't know, a dad screaming.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly.
Really, really heartbreaking.
And then Tommy's like,
but Joel,
dog.
He looks over at Tommy, and as he looks back, you can see Sarah. She's limp. She's gone.
Yeah.
So he missed the last moment he had with Sarah.
Gnarly.
And, yeah. But then Joel, later on, when somebody's trying to shoot Ellie, he has the exact same situation with a flashlight right in his face.
And he fucking
has the flashback. He goes just manic, dude. He just goes nuts and just beats the piss out of this guy.
It shows that he's still he's not fully disconnected.
No, he's definitely got some deep.
He's got some baggage.
Yeah, he's got some baggage.
The man's got baggage.
Yeah, and so he just fucking beats him till his hand is almost broken.
His hand's broken. The guy is presumably have brain damage or something or dead.
He's probably dead.
He was fucking bloody, dude.
Yeah,
that fucker got fucked.
And if you see just Pedro Pascal's face at the end, where he's just
man.
like he looks just wild. It's great.
Pedro Pascal's great.
Yeah, he's great. He looks like a sweetheart in real life.
He is a sweetheart in real life.
He plays like
a really good badass.
Yeah, badass dad in this pretty well.
It's not the first time he's played a badass dad, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, then they walk off to the buildings. I love that shot with the buildings.
Oh
just
yeah,
falling over. It's great.
Very pretty.
It's like straight from the games.
Yeah, dude. Fucking looks awesome. See, like I said, episode 2 is kind of like a mission from the game.
Yeah, it's a simple.
It's kind of like a chapter in the game.
Yeah, it's so they're going through Boston.
Yep.
And they've got a couple different routes. So they got to go to the hotel to look at one, and they're like, oh shit, there's a horde of zombies.
Man, dog, what the heck?
I love that you see them from a distance and you see so many, and like they explain there where like the change from the games with the tendrils, how like they're all connected, and you can see it where the light hits them from the sunlight and they kind of move at the same time like a wave.
I didn't notice that. That's awesome. That's
it looks
cool.
weird.
That's cool as hell.
Yeah, and it really sets up like just how connected like the entire network of this fungus is.
That's gnarly.
And then they're like, oh shit, can't go that way.
Yeah, dog.
And
let's go through here.
They said the short way was, well, they said there was 2 ways. They said either the we're gonna fucking die this way or the long way.
That's exactly what they said.
Ellie's like, based on that limited information, I vote the long way.
Oh man,
Ellie's really funny in this. She's got some good stuff.
Ellie's funny in the games too.
Yeah.
Sometimes, so it's like it's perfect, too easy.
Yeah. So then
and even when they go the long way, not the we're gonna fucking die way, we run into what do we run into?
Well, the long way was the horde that was there.
Well, we still run into some boys.
Some
Some fungus.
Huh?
Do we run into some fungus?
No.
At some point? Yeah,
no. They talk about going the short way, but then they don't. And then Joel brings up this museum.
Oh, fuck! I'm stupid.
And then they go in and, the fungus, it's dead. Can't be anything bad in here.
Or is it?
And as soon as they start going into like a dark area and shit, I'm like,
just fucking know.
Yeah, it's gonna be clickers and shit, dude.
And then what do we see?
Yeah, and then
we hear some.
Well, they see this guy. He's not bitten. He's like tore up. He's fucking just ripped.
He's
apart.
fucking gnarly. He's got like a fucking fungus growing here.
Yeah, and
it looks fucking disgusting. That made me fucking wince.
Yeah, they're like, runners don't do that.
No.
And they start getting really quiet. They're like, what the fuck? They're like, it can't be, right?
What are we doing?
And he's like, oh, it could have came from outside. And then Joel is like, from now on, we're silent.
This motherfucker knows.
Not quiet, silent.
Like, this guy knows what's going on.
And they start going upstairs.
and
they
fucking Ellie.
There's little Easter eggs just like from the gameplay design that are put in this show that like blink and you'll miss that, or just if you don't even think about it.
Okay.
Like when you go through the game, the cut off back areas, they just like have stuff just fall behind you, or
that's
like,
hilarious. I
have,
didn't
have
think
stuff
of
like that. The fucking doorway just fucking crumbles, just like in the game. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking awesome.
And then the guys hear it, and so they come around the corner like.
Well, they hear Ellie step on a goddamn leaf. Fuck those leaves, dude. The most fucking brutal enemy in Last of Us.
Yeah, and then they just get deadly silent.
And
this was actually added in reshoots. They said where they're sitting there, and Joel is he says like he mouths it.
Yeah,
he's like they can't see but they can hear.
Yeah,
that was actually added in reshoots because they had people watch that. And afterwards, people were still confused.
Oh my god, these fucking normies that haven't played the game.
Yeah, it's like it's set up because also on the walk there, she's like, "Oh, I've heard that there's."
She's being loud, and they're like,
"There's
dog.
clickers." Well, I've heard there's runners that can see in the dark like bats.
It's like, what can bats do?
Yeah, what can bats do?
They
see in the fucking dark. What?
They can't fucking see, but they can hear with their little clicky. Like clickers.
Right, yeah, and they say silent. Like, like they don't want them to hear them.
Fucking stupid ass motherfuckers. That's all I got.
Yeah, people are stupid.
Dumbass critics. And that's what those are. That is. That's some old critics. They're like, what the hell? What?
How can these homies see
What in the hell? I seen you on TV last night. New kelp flakes, remember?
New kelp flakes, new brand, new flavor.
I've been watching SpongeBob, by the way. I'll get into that later. Okay. But
yeah,
yes.
So yeah, it's great tense scene, and then you ruined me because like that entire scene, I imagined you going.
Look,
you probably did that while watching it, didn't you?
Maybe. Right after he said, they can't see, but they can hear. The clicker went ballistic.
Yeah, it's great because you don't see them that well. For a split second, you get a great shot of it where.
Oh, for sure. Well,
like where he shined his light on it, like Ellie, I think trips or something. It's the slightest noise. Fucking clicker freaks out.
I'm telling you, she steps on a leaf. It's like something she steps on just makes a fucking noise.
Yeah, it might have been leaf or something.
Like I said,
super small.
Leaves are the most devastating enemy in the game.
And fucking clicker freaks out, and Joel just goes, "Fuck!" And I started blasting.
And he's like, so anyway, I started blasting, and he's like, "What?" He's yelling.
Yeah, he's like, "All right, fucking jig's up."
The jig is up,
and just
it's a great scene.
Shit
dude.
Goes bananas, and like Tess starts running. Ellie gets knocked to the floor. Joel just starts fucking fighting him, dude.
Oh yeah, dude, it's fucking awesome.
It's great.
It's a great scene.
Tess gets chased off. Ellie is like under this like table. She's going around. They do a little crouch action like the game.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. I noticed that. I'm like, that's awesome.
Then it goes over to Joel, and he's standing by this like pillar, and you see the clicker way down this hallway, and he's like trying to reload his gun or something.
But really quiet, and it's really cool.
Then it goes in on Joel, and you just hear like footsteps and like slight little things. And you have to, like, guess, like, how Joel is, where the clicker is. Then fucking Joel turns around the thing, and it's, like, fucking 3 inches from him. It's a great scene.
It's fucking cool, dude.
And eventually he just fucking blah, blah, blah.
So anyway, I started blasting. And then what do we find out?
We find out that fucking
Ellie.
This is later. Oh, yeah, Ellie got bit again.
Fucking Ellie got bit.
Which is good because it's, like... It doubles down to make sure the viewer is like, yeah, she's
cool.
She's immune. She's cool.
Yeah.
It's not fake because like the bite doesn't look as gnarly from the game. It looks pretty normal.
No.
But when it's shown, like Tess gets bit in this, but she doesn't say it until later.
Yeah.
Hers looks really fucking gnarly. It looks fucking
crazy. And then they show the scar from Ellie, and it's like it's kind of healing already.
Yeah, it looks like maybe it was just a really bad bite mark.
Yeah, and fucking Tess is just getting worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like a couple hours ago, and she was like really bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, then they do a little walk action. Ellie and Joel have like their first kind of moment where they're looking over at the Capitol building, and it looks pretty.
Yeah, it does look pretty.
We should talk about the sets real quick.
Oh, great!
Everything
fantastic.
Looks great. It looks amazing.
Straight out of the game.
I hope this wins like an Emmy or something for just set design.
Man, I hope so too. I hope this this show is gonna win so many Emmys.
Probably. Set design in general, just that in particular to me just looks really well. Like the hotel.
Oh, I love
amazing.
I love how it looks.
I love the frog scene where he's jumping on the piano notes, and it's kind of like a little horror kind of stinger sound.
I like it. He's a fucking frog, dude. he doesn't know what's happening. He's just fucking hopping away.
Ellie has like a classic in-game moment where
cool.
She's like, oh cool, and she starts like doing like a play thing like from the game basically. Where she's like, oh yes sir, I'll have your finest beverage or something. And
then there's a fucking skeleton.
Yeah, there's a skeleton. And she's like, oh fuck me.
It's funny. I love that. Oh.
This is a hard thing to do with kids, but she swears pretty organically.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like, yeah, you're all right.
Like a lot of the times when like adults write kids that swear, it feels like it's way overdone.
They just say fuck every 2 seconds.
They say fuck or like
or damn it or bitch.
Yeah, or like just like
a slur. I don't know. I'm just thinking of what teenagers say. And yeah, it is organic. She doesn't swear. She swears, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, it's enough to be like charming. Does that make sense?
It's like, yeah, all right.
It's like it's not enough to where you're annoyed like Sausage Party.
Oh my god, Ellie, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you're not like in Sausage Party where Seth Rogen they swears every 2 seconds.
Yeah. I tried to watch that movie like a couple months ago.
But yeah, I mean, Ellie's great. I love all the I like all majority of these characters.
Yeah.
And then we get to the end.
Yeah, we get to the end, and we're at the Capitol building.
Yep.
And you and I know, and all the people from the game know.
Come on. We know what's happening.
Tess is fucked.
Tess is fucked. She got bit, and she's already fucked.
Turns out they didn't have Fedra show up like in the game. But since they set up the tendrils earlier, they get there, and the Fireflies aren't... Well, they were there, but I guess there was a shootout. They were
there, yeah. There's, like, dead bodies.
Yeah, there was, like, some sort of shootout, or assumes, because, like, a couple got infected, then everybody lost, I guess.
R.I.P.
And then those ones still around, Joel shoots out of instinct, and it calls that whole horde fucking way in Boston.
That looks fucking freaky, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah, we're like, shit, dude.
Shit, dog.
You better run.
Yeah, and then Tess, she knows she's bit. She's like, oh, I'm going to be fucked anyway.
Yeah, and there's... I think the dialogue between Tess and Joel is really good. Mm-hmm. Where, like, it's not explicitly said what kind of relationship they had. I think it was more of a situationship.
It's definitely more of a situationship, but they're, like, friends.
I think emotionally they were really connected, and Tess... It's not explicitly said, and I don't know if it ever will be, but there's like a cut backstory to Tess where she's from Detroit. It said that in the show.
Yep.
And she had a husband and she had a kid. I don't know if it was a son or daughter. Doesn't really matter.
I don't know.
And they were both infected. And I guess she locked them both in a basement.
Oof.
And I guess that was her backstory.
Damn.
So
shit, dog. That's
maybe that's what she's alluding to, where maybe Joel locked himself off emotionally from Sarah's like passing, but then she maybe opened up to Joel, and she says, "I never made you feel the way I felt. I never made you open up the way I did."
Gnarly.
So then like, is a really just
sad.
You can really feel like just like an understanding between these two. Yeah, it's really well done. And she's like in the game, she stresses. She's like, "This is fucking real. She's real. You fucking you take her to Bill and Frank."
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And I don't think he says a word.
No.
He fucking grabs Ellie, and Ellie's she's beating on Joel.
Yeah,
she's like, "Get the fuck off me! I'm not going with you."
It's in the game too. It's which is great.
Yeah,
I think because Tess and Ellie seem to be getting along pretty well.
Yeah, if you didn't know the show, I wonder in a different universe if maybe audiences, I think it would have hit harder.
Yeah.
If this would have been marketed differently, with either maybe like do a bigger turn or twist that it's not going to be Tess and Ellie, or on the marketing put Sarah and Joel.
Oof.
I feel like if you did that, that would destroy people.
That would probably destroy people.
Because like, even when I first started playing the first game, it's like, oh yeah, you're not the girl on the box art. What happens to you?
Yeah, you're like, oh, you're gonna be all right. I'm sure.
I'm sure you're gonna die of old age and retire.
30 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
then Tess,
it's sad.
She throws fucking like gas or oil.
Oh, everywhere, dude.
And like grenades and shit.
It's fucking everywhere.
And she fucking
and then
one of the grossest scenes.
Yeah, this is what you were talking about earlier.
I think it's really good, and it goes with the theme of the show really well.
The really hairy fucking little.
Yeah, the fucking.
Fungi.
We didn't talk about the added, like, scientist scenes.
No, we didn't. I liked them.
Yeah,
I loved them.
Yeah, at the
very beginning of this episode in particular.
Yeah, it's like 1968 or something, and they really stress, hey, if
this happens,
he's like, I'm not scared about a virus or flu.
And the scientists are like, you should be. If it happens, bomb. Is what one of the scientists says.
That was the second one. Is like, it's alluded to in the first episode that it started in Indonesia.
Yep.
And we see Jakarta, and there's a scientist. She's having like lunch or whatever, and she's taken
by the government officials, military, like government officials of some sort,
to look at this body. And she's like, "Why'd you prepare the slide this way?"
Yeah.
That you would prepare that for humans, and they're like, "Yeah, this was for humans." And she's like, "But they can't survive in that." And like, she sees the body, and she's like,
flabbergasted.
Yeah, she's flabbergasted, and she gets really rational. She's like, "How many people did this happen to? Where did this all start? And there's a certain point where it was the first worker. They found out who they were, where they worked. They bit like, I don't know, like 5 people or something like that.
Yeah, jeez.
And they took all those people, said they executed them. But then she's like, how many workers are missing from the factory today? And he's like, 15. And she starts fucking shaking.
Freaking out.
She shakes so much she has to put her tea down.
Yeah, man. The 4T.
And he's like, how we want to stop the spread of this. And she's like, I have studied my entire life. She's a mycologist, which is the study of fungus.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I only know that because Alyssa she had an interest once upon a time to be a mycologist.
I do remember that, yeah.
Which I thought was fun. I was like, hey.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And she's like, I studied my entire life for this. There is no medicine.
Mm-mm.
There is no cure. You cannot cure this.
Bomb
them.
Yeah.
Bomb them. Keep bombing them. Have you seen that clip in the news?
No.
There's a funny clip where I don't know what it's about, but there's an angry woman who's like, bomb them, keep bombing them.
What the fuck?
Bomb them until they.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I'll have to find it for you, but it's really funny.
Yeah, but I like those scenes.
But yeah, and then like, those scenes are really good.
There really only had to be a few, and I like that there was like 2.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I wonder where they're going with those, because that adds more towards the argument that maybe Joel did the right thing, because if there is no cure, then Ellie being killed, it would be for nothing, because...
But they find a cure. You know what I mean?
But they
it's
don't.
Her. Well,
but
they do
But
eventually.
is it?
Fuck, that's a spoiler for the game.
We said spoilers.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they find a cure, and it's her. So you know what I mean?
But we don't know.
Not yet.
If there's no... They say there is no cure for this.
Well, yeah,
She said she has studied her entire life for this.
Yeah, but...
That tells me there is absolutely no cure for this.
No, but a scientist is eventually going to see that there is a cure, which is her. You know what I mean?
They just see that she's immune. It doesn't mean there's a cure. And actually, in
well,
real
that's
life,
why maybe they
in real life, they've actually some people that know way more about this than me.
Yeah.
They've said even if there was somebody that was immune to it, there's no way to transfer that type of thing into another person.
Well, thank God
for a cure.
Well, thank God this is it's based on a video game.
So I'm not saying what Joel does in the end, massacring all those scientists, is right.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think
maybe
they should kill Ellie.
Maybe they'll
and they won't, obviously.
No. Maybe they'll build off of that. We'll see.
Or maybe they could do a twist. It'd be the biggest twist ever.
That would be really
What if
fun.
they kill Ellie and Joel goes on a revenge mission in the second one?
No, they wouldn't.
I don't think they would.
I don't think they would.
No.
I think that strays too far from the source material.
We'll have to talk about it, but I'm really curious because part 2 is really controversial.
It's very controversial.
To put it lightly.
It's very yeah.
I like it personally.
I do too. I don't mind it. It's not as good as the first.
I have my
but
problems
it's still a
with
really
it.
good game.
I have my problems with it, but I think overall it's good. And I don't think they handled everything in the greatest way. I think Joel maybe should have had more time in the beginning.
100%.
Because we were, like, what was the wait? It was like 7 years?
Yeah, it was 7 years.
And, like, we grew with Joel.
And then, like, 1 hour into the game, you know?
Yeah, and then fucking kill him, like, that's a... Like, that's a shock value twist, and that's going to hurt everybody.
Sure. Everyone's going to be sad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think they probably saw that coming, though.
What?
The developers of Naughty Dog. Like,
100%.
Like, you know what I mean? They did it for a reason. They're the type of developers where they do things for a reason, I feel, at this point.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, they're one of those A-tier fucking... They're like Rockstar, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You kind of expect good. You know what I mean?
And then, on the flip side of it, I think some people are just really fucking bigoted and stupid for hating on certain things.
For sure.
Like, there's tons of people that just, for no reason, bring up, like, Abby being trans.
It's like...
That's not...
It's not a big thing. It's not a big deal at all.
The biggest thing in the game that they bring that up is, like, they talk... I think multiple people say it, which I think is really funny and I like it. Where they're like, oh yeah, they saw this woman coming through, like, California, said she was built like a fucking ox.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, alright.
She fucking is.
She fucking is.
She'd fucking
beat my ass. I'd let her probably, too.
Beautiful woman. But, we gotta stop talking about this.
I think she's probably non-binary.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they'll talk about it in the season 2.
Maybe. I don't think it was ever clear.
I don't know. I don't think they... Well, it's just, I think good. It's like, it's not a big deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're like... Yeah, fucking Tess dies.
Yeah,
Fucking...
and then you got the kiss, and the whole theme of the show, I guess, is it's about love and what love will make you do as a person or entity. And the fungus, like, connecting with Tess and, like, kissing her, because, like, the fungus loves itself.
Right.
And so it sees part of itself in Tess.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So even though it's through this very perverse and disgusting way, this is how it's showing its love to itself.
That's interesting.
And it's really gross,
but
it works with the theme, and it's good. I think I like it.
It's pretty good. I didn't think
First time I saw it, I was like,
I mean, it's
nasty.
I mean, it is fucking nasty.
But when
fungus is gross. Fungus is nasty.
Yeah.
Let's be fucking honest here.
Yeah, it is.
So it's like, yeah, it worked. And yeah, that's episode 2. It's pretty simple, like I said.
Episode 3.
Episode 3. Episode 3.
Episode 3. So, two bears fighting over salmon.
Yeah, we see Ron Swanson.
Yeah, he's just straight.
It's just Ron Swanson. Yeah, yep.
And then we got
I forgot the other guy.
We got golden retriever boyfriend. Who's like, hey, I'm hungry.
And fucking Ron being the nice guy that he is.
He's like, fine, fucking guys. I guess you're kind of hot.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
that's actually the explanation they gave in the podcast. I didn't realize it. But,
Ron just thinks he's hot.
But the moment that...
Dude, he's hot.
Oh, no, he's hot.
Yeah.
But the moment that Frank realizes, or is suspect...
He's pretty sussy.
Of...
it's the piano.
Of Bill. No, it's when they're standing there.
Yeah, right.
And they consulted with... They really wanted to get this right. Because Craig Mazin is straight, and it's really hard to write experiences that you don't know.
Oh, sure.
So he consulted with a bunch of people on set, and I think the writer of the show, Frank, is a gay man himself. There's like...
Okay.
I think he had a bunch of friends he talked with to make sure he got the experience of a middle-aged gay man right.
Yeah.
And how you kind of see the world and other people around you and like potential partners and all that. And I guess it's very realistic where Frank, like, I guess Bill was like looking him up and down, like very subconsciously, and that's where he was like, "Yeah, right.
Oh, okay.
You're a little
yeah, okay, okay."
And it makes sense because there's no reason why Bill would let him in unless you're like,
you're into him.
Yeah, he's kind of hot.
Yeah, Ron.
Right.
Ron's like Ron's into him.
Because like I think if I was in that situation. And I saw a cute girl. It's like,
yeah,
all right.
Yeah, I'll make you food. I'm a good cook.
I'll make you dinner. I'll make you some squirrel with some Chianti. Or
I got some wine. I got some wine.
I
got some red wine, some food.
Yeah, and then like immediately when he's like making him dinner and like
good gravy,
all this, he's like shrugging. He's really nervous.
Yeah, I know. Fucking Ron being a little.
There was a couple times where he was like actually like really shrugging.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like when he was holding the plates and shit. I noticed that. I'm like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah, because he's nervous.
He's all nervous, and then fucking, you know, he's like, oh, I couldn't eat more. Yeah, you know what I mean.
I could eat some dick though.
well, not yet.
Well, Frank.
Fuck.
Before he, this was specifically said like he wanted to make sure. And so he went over to the piano.
Yeah.
And he wanted to see his music selection and like whatever. And singing that song. And then once Bill takes over, that's when Frank was 100% that he's a fruit. He's a fucking fruit ball.
Yeah, he confirms it too. He was like,
and the entire time,
who's the lucky lady?
The entire time he keeps saying, which I thought was funny, where he's like, I know.
No, he said, who's the lucky lady? And then he's like, not a lady. He's like, I know.
Well, he says, like with the wine.
Yeah.
He's like, I know it doesn't seem like me. And he's like, yeah, it does. It does seem like
yeah,
you.
You're so right.
Like, there's a couple times where he's like, yeah, I know. You're fucking...
You're a little fruit.
You're a little fruit.
It's all right, man. And then they make out.
They fucking... Couple beautiful beards coming together.
Beautiful beards came through.
That's great.
Man.
Couple man bushes coming together.
Man, that wasn't even the hardest I cried.
You cried at that?
I sent you a picture on the group chat.
Oh, when they kissed.
No, that wasn't that part. No, we'll get to it.
Then like they
I'm a bisexual man.
They get down in bed.
Nate, I'm a bisexual man. I've tried multiple times. Anyway,
I'm sure I knew this was gonna connect with you in some way.
Yeah, and then they get in bed.
Yeah, they get in bed.
They get hot and heavy.
I almost said Ron.
Ron Swanson.
Bill was like, Bill is like,
oh God.
Oh God.
I've never.
Frank's like, you know, have you ever done this? He's like, with a girl before, and he's like, I know.
You're so right with the I knows.
And Frank is like, I ain't no whore.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, okay.
I'm like, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, right. Dicks him down.
Yeah, and then immediately, I love this.
3 years later.
3 years later, and he's like, fuck you, Bill.
No, it was really funny.
They get into an argument about something.
It was about having Joel over.
Yeah, and he wanted to fix up the neighborhood and stuff.
Because Bill, it's built up in the beginning. Bill's very protective of what he has.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, like, he is lucky. He's, like, has his own little basic town. Basically a town.
Right.
And he's very protective of it. And he doesn't want anyone to steal from him, you know? And it just kind of built up. And that's why they were arguing.
Yeah, and he wanted to fix up a couple shops and mow the lawn and stuff. Which I kind of get, like...
Yeah, you want to keep your place a little nice and neat?
Yeah, like this whole episode, it's really built up with... Like, it's not just about surviving.
No.
It's about, like, actually caring for stuff as you live. It's not just surviving. And they do kind of win at the end, in a way. And I want to get into that. But yeah, he said, like, he's like, you show your love by caring about me and protecting me. Let me show how I care about our home and all of this, which I get that.
It goes with the theme of love, I guess.
Yeah, it really does.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, that's the overarching thing about this show, and I love that how it's not just the surrogate love they have between Joel and Ellie. It's about all these other characters and just how the world is, and it feels. It's great. It's really well.
It's awesome. 5 years later.
Yeah, 5 years later.
Or something. I don't fucking know.
Is that the one where they get attacked? I think.
No. This is when Joel and Tess.
Yeah, Joel and Tess are there. And that was fun. I didn't expect
that
to
was
see
fun.
Them again.
Yeah.
Where
I love
Joel
seeing Ron Swanson and Mandalorian in the same room.
Yeah, it's the only scene they have, which is really unfortunate. But they, like, Joel was like,
simple, but
he's like, I get it, but your fucking fence is shot. Trade with us.
Yeah, and he's like, no. Ron being the stubborn prick he is.
Yeah, and he's like, fucking fine. And then eventually it turns out he still didn't like him.
No.
Which he respected him though, and I like that. I like that they're like they understand. Well, he says in his letter later on, like he understands the type of guy that Joel is.
Yeah. And
that there needs to be people like them in the world.
Yeah.
But he still didn't like him.
I mean, Nick Offerman just plays Ron Swanson.
Yeah, he's great.
Like that's a gay Ron Swanson.
He's a great actor. He's not in enough stuff.
That's true. I'm glad that he's in this and he's great in this.
Yeah.
And then fucking 3 years later or some shit. They get attacked.
And I thought through this entire episode, I went into this completely blind.
Yeah, me too. And thank God. I just knew they kissed.
Yeah, if you have the spoil for you, it ruins it.
I just knew they kissed at some point. That's all I know.
Like if. Like Coleman, for example.
Yeah.
Like he wanted us to spoil this show for him, and just watch it.
Yeah, just
if you spoil the ending of this, like I don't think we mentioned it thus far.
No, we haven't.
This is one of the episodes. It's completely ruined for you.
Oh, so that's so
if you hear about this. So if you haven't seen it,
because this episode
click off now. It's great.
It fucking wrecked me.
Yeah, it's great. So like through this entire episode, I was thinking, okay, what's going to be the deviation? Frank has to die at the end of this to kind of get to where the game is.
Yeah.
Because, like, he commits suicide in the game off without Bill. So I was wondering where they were going to put that in here with how their relationship is going and all this. Yeah. And I thought maybe Frank was going to get shot here. Turns out Bill gets shot. He's injured. He didn't die. Yeah.
Doesn't die. He's just a little injured.
Yeah, and it's just played off because, like, 10 years passed by.
Well, then
and turns out it's kind of flipped. Instead of Bill being injured, he's got like ALS or something.
Yeah, something. Parkinson's? I don't know.
I think on the podcast, they didn't say exactly what it was, but I think it was probably ALS.
Okay.
Because like in the apocalypse, you wouldn't know exactly what it is.
No.
But it's some kind of neuro disease.
Yeah. And
whatever it's called.
Yeah. Well, we didn't even mention the fact that there was a garden. After
the garden, the strawberry scene.
The strawberry scene.
Great.
That was cute.
That was really cute.
I love that. And then we get to the, fucking Frank in a wheelchair.
Yeah. So it's like when you first see the wheelchair, I think off in the distance, you're like, oh, Bill is crippled or something from that?
That's what I thought too. And then, I was like, oh, I hope he's just crippled.
Yeah, but then it's actually Frank, and you're like, oh shit, what happened? And it turns out he's like kind of withering away, and he's got this disease, and like he's got to take pills for it, and like he's like his painting isn't doing that great anymore. Like you see all these paintings, and then you see the one he's currently working on, and
it sucks.
Kind of as a person, like physically, he's kind of withering away, and like they're both just in general getting old.
Yeah.
But they're still smiling at each other, like they still love each other.
They're still schmitten. They're all schmittens and shit.
And then it's really sad. We're like, they go to bed. He wakes up, and
he's like, bro.
He's like, he already got up by himself.
Yeah.
And
Bill's like, the fuck are you doing?
This really hit me where Bill's like, he's like, get the fuck back in bed.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not arguing about this. Like, it really feels like an old couple.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I'm not arguing about this. Just get the fuck back in bed.
He's like,
no.
Babe.
I'm going to stay up. Because this is my last day.
That's like, oof.
And I was like, what?
Eesh.
Oof.
It's like, yikes. And then they
have a talk downstairs, and like they're separated because this is just such a huge awkward conversation, and like just
it talks.
Yeah, and it's rough because he's like, he explains it, and he's like, I want you to make me some fucking toast.
Yeah.
I want us to get some clothes. You're gonna wear what I want you to wear. We're gonna get married.
Nice. And so
I'm gonna put your fucking ring on your finger or whatever, and you're gonna crush up some pills in my wine at dinner. Yep. And
I'm out.
You're gonna take me to bed.
And I'm gonna be out.
I thought he was gonna say it in fucking or something, but I think that would ruin it.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah, I cried again.
Yeah, that was really rough. And then like, you eventually see him at dinner. And like they're eating, and it's the same dinner.
It's the same dinner, dude. I noticed that too, and I'm like, oh.
That started getting me, and like it was the exact motions where he sets the plate down.
Yep.
And Frank turns it the same way. Fucking Bill pulls out the same exact wine,
and then all of a sudden, crush up pills.
Yeah, he crushed up the pills.
Fucking puts funny makes it funny juice.
Yeah, and he crushes it up, puts it in Frank's wine,
and then
he drinks it. Bill drinks it. I think he chugs his wine.
Yeah, dude. I think they both chug it.
Yeah. And then fucking, they sit there for a second.
Yeah.
And Frank's like, there was pills already in the bottle, wasn't there? And there's I guess this is a quote from like a really famous play.
I didn't know that.
Where he's like, this is not the suicide at the end of the play or something.
Oh, yeah. Like,
or this is not the tragic suicide at the end of the play.
Yeah, they reference Romeo and Juliet, yeah.
Yeah, and that was just
fucking rough, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, that sucks.
And like, then they go to bed.
Then they croak.
Then there's actually there's a start and end to this with Joel and Ellie.
Yeah.
Where like Joel, he gets some supplies and he starts rummaging around like in the games. And we actually see that trope with the
kid.
The kid.
Yeah.
With the
flour type powder.
Yeah, and then you see it's a baby.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
hey,
the baby.
The baby.
Oh, I wonder what happened to him.
Fucking died probably.
I know.
Because you see it and it's in a pile of bones.
Fucking pile of them bones, dude.
Yeah, and then it's ended with Joel and Ellie coming upon their stuff.
Well, I think Joel purposely goes there because he knows there's gonna be supplies in a truck.
Well, because Tess told him to
go there.
Frank's.
Yeah.
He was going to try and get something from them, probably a truck or whatever.
Yeah.
And they see them and they see the note. And in the note, we already talked about it kind of, where he mentions like there's guys in this world where we need to protect those who need to be protected.
Yep.
And I love this line where he's like, like something like, and God help all the motherfuckers that stand in our way, or something like that.
I'm like, yeah, you fucking get him.
Yeah.
Dude. And then, they're dead.
Yeah, we don't see them, which I'm glad.
Thank God.
Honestly,
I think that would have ruined it.
They probably just like puked a lot and just like whatever.
Yeah, I don't want to see their deflated, pooed out fucking bodies, dude. I don't want to see that shit. I think it was effective. It was done effectively in the way of not seeing them.
Yeah, and this was really, really powerful to me. Is he mentions he says to use all his supplies that Bill had, use it to protect Tess.
Mm-hmm.
And Joel sees that, and it breaks him for a second.
Yeah,
he has to
man.
go outside, and he's just... It just tears him apart for a second.
Yeah, man.
And eventually he's like... He's finally like, fuck it. Like, Ellie, all right, let's go. And he's like, you don't fucking mention Tess ever. And we don't fucking talk about our past. We keep that to ourselves. This is directly from the game, too, where he's like, all right, repeat that back to me. And she's like, what you say goes.
Yeah, man. I'm like, yeah, all right.
It's like, that's not what you fucking said.
No, it's not exactly
Yeah,
it, but
that's directly from the game.
Ellie, whatever, Ellie, you're fine.
Yeah.
You understood it. And I'm like, yeah, that shit sucks. I cried 3 times. I've never cried that much in a fucking episode, ever.
Yeah, it's really sad, man, because, like...
It's fucking sad, man.
They like... It's just really a nice, heartwarming love story, and then...
It's really nice.
Just, they
got their happy ending.
They got their happy ending,
Yeah.
because, like...
They lived their life.
If Frank just died, Bill would just be surviving afterwards.
He'd be fucking even more of a cynic.
But he got to live out his old years. He got to grow old with Frank.
Yeah.
And...
Older.
Yeah. Like, I'd say probably mid-50s.
They were probably both in their mid-50s.
Yeah, like
So.
decent old, especially in the apocalypse.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And, like, they kind of won. Like,
Yeah,
they
they
got
won.
to live out their lives as best as they could.
Mm-hmm. Good for them.
And I don't think a lot of people in the apocalypse can probably say that.
No, not the kids.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely the kids. Or even a baby.
Duh, the baby's dead. Poor guy.
Yeah.
That episode fucking wrecked me. Then we get to episode 4.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, and we have...
I get weird
Oh,
whiplash.
the song. The song was really
Oh,
good.
yeah, the song was nice, because
I can't
it's
remember
what
the
he
artist.
played on the piano. Yeah, I don't remember either.
Called A Long, Long Time.
Yeah.
Something.
I'm like, I think that's the end. That was the episode title, too, I think.
Yeah.
Which is like, damn. It's like, damn, that's fucking suck. Yeah, this shit hits.
Yeah, and at the end, Joel and Ellie get their fucking shirts. They get their origin of their
They
outfits.
did it!
It
happened.
Joel actually wears the flannel that Frank wears.
Fuck. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's... Bill gives it to Frank when he first meets him, when he gives him clothes.
Okay, yeah.
And then, I don't know if he wears it later, but then Joel wears it
Oh, that's cute.
when he puts it on.
Nice.
So, now we can forever be reminded of Frank.
Salute to you, Frank.
Yeah.
And Bill.
What a homie.
Shout out Bill. Shout out Ron.
Shout out to Bill.
Shout out to Ron.
Because also, fucking Joel, he does The Last of Us, and he
Did he
gets all the crafting components, and he fucking crafts a battery. he says it. He's like,
Woo!
He's like, I just made a battery. It's charging up.
They knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
They knew what they were
Yeah, I
doing.
was like, what?
Yeah, that episode sucks.
I wonder if anybody's gonna get that because it's not. Visual.
No one's gonna get it. That episode sucks, but it's one of the best TV.
It sucks, but it's really good.
Yeah, it's one of the best fucking TV shits I've seen.
Yeah.
It's up there, man.
I was watching this entire episode, and at multiple points, I said to myself, I'm like, Twitter is gonna love this.
Twitter loved it.
Twitter's gonna.
And you know what?
They're gonna love
Twitter.
A brand new addition to a great game, and it revolving around 2 gay men.
And you know what?
Twitter's gonna love it.
Twitter loved it.
They had something of a reaction.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean,
It wasn't as bad as I thought.
It's a mixture. You know, it's Twitter. You know, that's what you're gonna get.
I think there was a decent amount of bad where they're like, oh, but in the game it was only alluded to that he was gay.
Well, who
Which
cares?
actually in the game we should talk about that. In the game, it's alluded to because he never says that Frank was his lover or anything.
Yeah,
or,
no.
Or like boyfriend
it's the
or
same,
husband.
Isn't it the same note that's read out?
No.
No?
It's very alluded to, and then at the end, it's played off as a joke where...
Okay.
This is actually the next episode. I thought it was going to be at the end of this one. Where Ellie finds like a porno mag.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like,
Why is it all sticky?
Why are these
Just
all
like
sticky?
That's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I'm glad it wasn't in 3 because if you have that weak buffer, which I don't think you did, but if you do, and you go into episode 4, it emotionally disconnects you from 3.
I didn't have it, thank God.
So, like, that joke can work to make fun of, like, oh man,
Okay.
this guy whacked off to this magazine. But if you're coming off of episode 3, you're like,
it's like, that's a very serious episode.
like, yeah, he did.
Yeah, he fucking did.
But, oh man, I just saw him dying. Oh.
Yeah, man. Thank God. Honestly, yeah, thank God. You're right. Thank God I didn't see that. But yeah, this was a weird whiplash going from that episode to that.
Yeah.
Honest,
but I like this big change because I think that's. I don't know. I think it's almost in bad taste nowadays because like it's played off as like he's gay in the games.
Yeah, gay.
Like that's mostly what it is. It's like he whacked off to men.
What a gay.
What a gay. But in this, it's like it's a nice, tender, heartwarming love story between.
And then the joke doesn't come off as distasteful.
Yeah,
it just comes off as
like,
Ellie.
Oh man, he jacked off in this magazine.
Yeah, it just comes off as Ellie fucking with Joel.
Yeah,
because that's what she did in the game. She's like, "Why is Dickie?" And Joel's like,
"Oh." He's like, "Give me that."
He's like, "The hell?
What the hell?" Ellie, give me that.
Ellie.
I love how he says Ellie. I've noticed.
Oh yeah, it's great. Ellie. Ellie. Dude,
he goes like Ellie.
That's Ellie. I wonder who picked up the magazine.
It's probably already in there.
No. She throws it out of the window. Who do you think picks it up?
Oh, Marlene.
Actually?
Maybe.
Gosh, I was like confused. I'm like, or do you think a gay
Henry?
Do you think a gay clicker was just like, shit, dog? Oh, that's visual. That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Episode 4.
So
this is weird.
We're going to Kansas City.
Woo!
Fuck Philadelphia or whatever the city was.
Was it Philly?
Yeah, I think it was Philly.
I mean,
they only changed it because they said they wanted to have them further along on their journey.
Yeah, right.
Because like Boston to Philly,
that's not that far.
It's not that far compared to like fucking Wyoming.
Yeah, Kansas, Wyoming, fucking everywhere.
So yeah, if they're going to Kansas
Wyoming
City,
doesn't exist. I don't know where they're going.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know. They never explained that part.
It's like a bunch of forests and fucking.
It's not real.
What's in Wyoming?
I don't know. Garfield said that.
Probably like a mountain range or something.
I think Garfield said that it didn't exist, so I'm gonna agree with Garfield.
Yeah, I believe in Garfield.
I believe in Garfield as well. We should review. I'm sorry to get on a tangent.
No,
we should review.
No,
what?
I know what you're saying. No,
we should review the greatest cinematic duology of all time.
So episode 4, we go to Kansas City, and I was excited for this. I was excited to see how they're going to play the action.
Mm-hmm.
That was like kind of pivotal to this because there hasn't been much up to this point.
No, not really.
And I thought it was kind of fine.
It was okay.
Was
There's
fine.
not as much action.
Yeah, it's not an
as you would
action-packed
think.
show.
No, it's not. It's more of a serious drama.
Yeah, it's very character driven.
It's very
more
character
of like,
driven.
what kind of hijinks can we get on in the journey?
Hijinks do ensue.
So they get raided. They get pushed off the road.
Mm-hmm.
Ellie, throughout the episode, she's trying to tell dad jokes to the dad's dad. And he's not having it.
He's just not fucking having it at all.
He's not having it. I think he likes it, but like at a point, he's like,
Jesus fucking
she's still my jokes.
Good fucking Lord. With this shit again.
Yeah, and the action scene where they get run off the road is great because I love how like Ellie saves Joel by shooting that guy, and he doesn't want her to have to do that. He tells her to go in the corner, and he takes his knife, this guy's knife. He's like bleeding for his life. And like he was just trying to kill Joel, but he's like pleading for his life. And Joel, you don't see it, but like you hear like a stab.
Just fucking.
You hear like,
like it's like
and like he screams for his mom and everything.
That's
too.
fucked up,
dude.
It's
like holy shit, but like
why do you gotta scream for your mom?
Yeah,
man?
it's like I mean like I don't feel as bad because he was trying to kill him.
Yeah, but like goddamn.
Yeah, it's pretty rough though.
Screaming for your mom's always gonna get you. That's gonna get anyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we get.
Then I think we get some downtime.
We do get a lot of downtime. It's more of this episode's kind of more of a these two getting to know each other a little more, you know, because they haven't had time to really sit down and just fucking breathe. You know what I mean? Other than in the car, but we saw what happened there.
Like, fucking kids are dying everywhere. There's gay people dying everywhere.
I mean, everyone's dying.
Everyone's dying everywhere. Like, there's no fucking time to think and talk.
No, there isn't.
Then, he talks to her about like the gun and all that, and like he finally trusts her to have one that she got from Frank's dresser, I guess.
Yeah, she snuck it. She like, cause fucking Joel being the dad, he's like, nope. But you know, eventually he's like, yeah, all right, and then he teaches her how to fucking hold the gun like the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
little father dollar.
Yeah, little father dollar downtime in the apocalypse.
Don't shoot your ass.
Yeah, I know that was
He says
funny.
that too.
Yeah.
She's like, can I keep it in my pocket? He's like, no. Put it in your bag. You'll shoot off your ass.
I'm like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, fair enough.
You don't want to shoot your ass. And then we get introduced to Kathleen.
Which, I get what they were going for with her.
Right.
But it doesn't work for me all that much.
She's too much of a bitch.
Yeah, she doesn't feel like, she doesn't have a presence to her.
No, not really.
Like,
she's really not. She's not on screen enough for me to care.
Well, like she's got this. It was intentional what they were going for. They were going for like, almost like, kindergarten that leads a revolution kind of vibe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Yes.
And like, even by the end of episode 4, it was intentional for you to think, how could this person lead a revolution like this? And then it's revealed in episode 5 what the actual backstory is.
Yeah.
Because it's not completely new.
No,
we're seeing it all, like, in the forefront new. But in the games, there's actually a lot of, when you go to the city and you're exploring around, there's a lot of notes about a revolution.
Sure.
Like this one.
Yeah.
And I was really interested to see how they're going to show it on screen. And
I think it kind of worked.
it kind of works, but I don't think what they were going for with her really worked, because it's revealed later in episode 5. I guess we'll just talk about it here because it's easier.
Yeah.
It was revealed later that she had a brother.
Yep.
Who, it's kind of implied, it was almost like, to me it felt like it was like a Martin Luther King Jr. Kind of thing, where like he was this inspirational leader.
Sure.
And he was leading this revolution. But he wasn't violent enough.
Sure.
Or at all.
Yeah, because she's very violent.
Right. And so when he was outed, got killed and tortured, whatever, by Henry, who we find out in episode 5, that's why she's chasing him.
Yeah, we'll see who Henry is.
So when he dies, she takes over by, I guess, just association, or maybe she was his lieutenant or something.
Something along those lines, yeah.
And so because of out of respect for the brother, they followed her. But then it's just, I don't know, it's not that believable that she herself would be able to violently take on, like,
I don't know, man. She's pretty violent.
a military, like...
I don't know, man. She just shoot a guy, like, right in the goddamn face. What was it, a doctor?
Yeah, some kind of doctor. I think it was the one that Henry was talking to.
Yeah, maybe. 5. Yeah, because I think that somehow the doctor knew Henry or some shit. Yeah. And she fucking just point blank fucking just right in the face, you know what I mean?
Right. And, like, I guess it also didn't work for me because, like, she's very stupid. Like, it's almost to a point where it's like, how did you win against, like, a military government? Because like, it's foreshadowed in, like, they go down to this, like, basement, and the voice actor, I didn't know this at the time, I learned this afterwards, but the voice actor for Tommy was her lieutenant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't realize that at the time. It's kind of cool.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So this beautiful beard looking brick shithouse guy.
Yeah.
He's like following her, and he shows her that, like, down in this basement, there's like some kind of fungus people infestation among us, and she's like, "We'll deal with that later."
Wow.
Because it's kind of alluded to that the old government.
Oh God! And then what happens in episode?
Yeah, it's kind of alluded to that, like, the prior government was keeping all the infected just down here.
Yeah.
To just kind of get them out of the way, and so now that she's in charge, she kind of inherited that problem, and because she's so just hell-bent on getting Henry, she's not dealing with this, and we'll see in episode 5 it kind of come up.
It fucking backfires, yeah.
Yeah, and so Joel and Ellie are just kind of going around the city, I think, and trying to just find their way, and eventually they make their way up to this, like, hotel or business place
It's
thing.
like a business. I don't think it's a hotel. I think
office building or something.
Yeah, it's some office building.
And he's like, Ellie, we're gonna... He's like crushing glass. He does it like, I think 2 or 3 times at this point in the show. And he finally cracks. He fucking cracks. He chuckles.
Yeah, the joke.
And he says...
It's really fun.
That's
the stupidest shit.
Yeah.
Stupidest shit he's ever heard.
Yeah, and he says that, like, he's bad of hearing earlier in the episode.
Yeah, in his right ear.
And his right ear. But he sleeps with his left ear up. But then when he's chuckling and he opens up to Ellie, he turns over.
Eesh.
So his right ear is up. So then he gets kind of jumped by Henry and Sam in the morning, and then the episode ends on a cliffhanger, and you're like, oh shit.
What the heck?
But then you're also like,
well,
yeah, all right, you're fine.
Yeah, we are.
Main characters, we know.
Yeah. And then episode 5.
Episode 5.
Pretty good.
I can't exactly remember. This is the one that I couldn't rewatch.
So it starts out with, we're just getting to know Sam and Henry, basically. Right. And then we see the doctor, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and we get...
in the little attic in the building, where it's, like, got a bunch of food and shit.
Yeah, and we get a little added little extra flavor to Sam's character. He's deaf, and it makes it more interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. I really do like that a lot, too. That he is deaf, and fucking...
He's also dead.
Well, we need a kid death counter here.
Yeah, we kind of do, man. What are we up to? 4?
4, I think.
4?
That's 4. That's like almost 1 an episode.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, hold on.
5. Shit.
Because there's like the gymnastics little girl clicker.
Oh
later
man.
On. That's 5.
1 an episode.
That's insane.
That's their quota.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it starts out in there, and then, like, he gets captured. We see in episode 4, and so, fucking Henry's like, oh, yeah, he's probably not coming back. We gotta go. Hijinks ensue. They find...
Joel and Ellie.
Ellie. He's like, dog, I don't know what to do, but I know if I raise my gun, you're gonna help us.
Yeah.
Henry's, I think, kind of funny. It's kind of funny how he's, like, no idea what to do.
Yeah, he feels, like, pretty real in the fact, like, he's never done anything really violent. He's probably lived in this quarantine zone 90%
all of his life.
Because
I think he's got to be in his early 20s because Henry's old. Sam's older brother is Henry, so it's like they can't be that much older.
Right.
Because I think Sam is 8. They say
something like that, maybe.
I think he says he's 8.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Fucking, he probably doesn't know anything about violence.
Yeah, because like he was probably like an infant.
Yeah.
Or like a small child.
Yeah,
when
probably.
This all happened, and then probably growing up all his life in this military compound. It's like,
yeah,
you don't need to go outside, and you're not supposed to go outside, which we learned in the Boston one. So if it's the same way, it's like you can't even go outside.
Yeah, he's stayed in his wherever.
Yeah, so you don't really need to be like grizzled and fucking.
No, like Joel. You don't have to be a Joel.
Who's like brick shit house.
Yeah, like fucking Joel, who's been out and about for fucking
Tommy.
Like Tommy.
I can't remember his actual name in this.
I don't fucking know. Tommy. We'll just say Tommy.
Yeah, and then we get a great scene, with the cul-de-sac, with the houses.
Yeah.
I love the. Like there, or no, we go underground.
Yeah, we go underground because that's Henry's plan.
Yeah. He's like,
bro, you gotta trust me.
He's like, I got this information like 3 years ago. They fucking cleared it out, and Joel is
so fucking.
He's like, great. 3 years, fucking all right. So they go down, and there's kind of little Easter eggs like alluding to, this character called Ish.
Mm-hmm.
That in the game there's again like lots of notes about this backstory of this community that this guy. Like, do you remember the boat that you passed by in the game?
No.
Right, with Sam and Henry. Henry wakes you up from drowning.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
And there's like a boat right on the beach.
Yeah.
So Ish, his story starts there where, like, he ran out of fuel or food or something, and it mentions how like he's gonna try and go underground, and live there, and eventually like there's just more and more backstory of how he met these people, and like they started a community, and it's great, and I almost want like them to adapt it somehow, because it just sounds like a lot of fun.
I don't know if they will, but hey, we'll never know. You never know.
Cause like they wanted to do something with it in this, but they're like, we don't have time, and it doesn't work that well with the story we're trying to tell, like, naturally.
Okay.
So like, yeah, but they allude to it because they have a picture that was on the wall in the game, like, directly what it was. It was like Ish and somebody else. It was like art protectors. It was drew by a kid, and you got this like little kindergarten thing.
Yeah, the little.
Yeah, that picture is taken directly from the game.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. I saw it and I'm like,
oh my god, that's the thing. I know that.
I know that. That's a thing I know.
I love all the interaction with Ellie and Sam.
Yeah, that's cute.
It's so cute.
She's giving like really,
and it's so
like
fucking,
big sister energy.
And it's so fucking sad at the end when you know what happens. It's just,
yeah,
it's so fucked. I like the little moments between Henry and Joel too.
Yeah, where they're like they have their little dad talk.
Yeah, they have little dad talks, even though it's really nice. Again, it shows that Joel is we're almost he's not disconnected really anymore. You know what I mean? He's opening up to this guy who he just met.
Yeah, but then it gets a little too personal, and he's like, "All right, it's time we go."
Yep.
And we're leaving.
He's like, "All right, we've been down here long enough."
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay, man.
Yeah. So then they get to the neighborhood, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, all right.
It's about to get... This looks like a fucking
arena.
about
to get a fucking hairy, all right?
It looks like a fighting arena, dude.
I mean, there's a couple beards in this show. It's about to get a little hairy.
And we see a beard's trying to snipe him.
Yeah, we see this fucking old fucker.
Yeah, fucking...
trying to snipe him.
Huckleberry Hound, dude.
Joel, I think there's some good character development with Joel where, like, he doesn't want to kill this guy.
Yeah.
Because he's like, don't do it, man.
He's like,
don't do it. Just put it down.
And then the old guy fucking, I'm assuming, misses? Or doesn't shoot?
No, I think Joel just shoots him.
Yeah, because I think there's only one gunshot. So
yeah, and he just but he told him to stop. But it's like, if you were in that situation, would you trust Joel? You don't know him.
That's true.
I don't know. It's hard to say. But then, fucking, just like in the game, bad guys, not the same type of bad guy.
No.
Yeah, not exactly the same.
No, not exactly.
But bad guys are fucking coming down with this like killdozer looking fucking truck.
Fucking gnarly, dude.
Smashing through shit.
Smashing through everything.
And Ellie and the boys are just... They went to the fucking Prometheus school of running away from things.
Oh, but yeah, dude. They fucking zoomed,
They were running directly in the middle of this fucking truck. It's like, just run out of the way.
Yeah. Hide. I don't know.
And then Brick Shithouse gets out. Kathleen gets out.
Brick Shithouse.
And she's like, come out, Henry. Just look behind the cars.
I mean, maybe she's trying to be, a little scary.
I don't know. You could just search around the cars. You have how many people with you?
That's
whatever.
True. And then Henry comes out.
Yeah, Henry comes out and he tells Ellie to take Sam. She doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
Because, like, I guess there was too much going on, so they didn't want to.
There's too many people probably there, so I would get it. They probably would see him.
Yeah, so right before, I think she was going to shoot him or something.
Yeah.
Shoot Henry. Fucking, you see some crumbling. You see fucking earthquake.
You're like, what the fuck's going on?
Oh, yeah, because Joel shot the truck.
Yeah.
Before it hit Ellie.
Yeah,
and
with the sniper. Yeah,
he hit. Fucking Jesus
Christ.
He hit a house and it like exploded. And
this truck is just going down.
Yeah, it fucking starts going down. It's just crawling.
And you're like, what the fuck's going on? And then it's all the way down, and you're like, well, shit.
It just completely goes down like if the entire sewer system was under there, and it just went right under.
And then there's a hesitation. They're like, everyone's like,
they're
shit.
like, what the fuck?
And everyone's like, oh no. And then fucking
just like 100 clickers come out.
More than
and they're like, Jesus! They're like, Ellie, run! Get the fuck out of there! Joel is like, he's yelling,
run!
Dude, I'd be fucking booking it, dude.
Like fucking, the cop from fucking Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Yeah, dude, that'd be me.
Like, dude, you don't want to be in there.
And Joel, he's going on.
He's getting hits, dude.
Yeah, he's getting some clips.
I think he 360 no scopes someone.
Yeah, probably.
I think he's 360 no scopes.
Why do I ladder jump?
You're bad.
You're shit.
His sensitivity's up to...
They're in you.
His sensitivity's at least up to 8, dude.
Probably.
You know it.
Yeah. And eventually, like, it kind of clears out a bit more.
Right.
And, like, you just hear this...
Ellie goes in a car.
You hear this, like, thumping.
Dude.
And you're just like, shit.
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
We know... Well...
And, like, everybody starts getting quiet. Everybody's looking over.
And it's fucking kaiju monster.
You just see this fucking behemoth-looking fat fuck coming out.
He's like, oh.
And, like... I
was shitting my pants.
I was shitting something. and you're just like, fuck.
Well, shit's about to go down.
That's no good.
This motherfucker huge.
Yeah, and Tommy, fucking Brick Shithouse. For some reason, he does the cliche, like, oh, don't look back. Go. And he unloads on the bloater.
Fuck yeah.
And it does nothing.
Nope.
It does absolutely nothing. And it goes up to him, and he's in the background. I think it works better this way.
Oh, he fucking
she's running away.
His fucking head gets...
And he takes it and just fucking rips his fucking head in half.
And you're like,
ooh. Like,
I'm like, yeah, that's a way to go.
Yeah, it's like the same way if you died to a clicker, or no, to a bloater in the game.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
It takes Joel's mouth and he fucking pulls it back.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome,
it's
dude.
Brutal.
It's a fucking cool shit.
I think I like it better this way, but they talked about in the podcast how they wanted they really tried to make it where the bloater just rips him straight in half, but they couldn't make it look real because like a human body that's just not how
honestly,
it works.
it definitely looked way fucking real, dude.
Yeah.
Like just with the head, dude. Oh, it's fucking
like they
brutal,
were talking just straight
dude.
half like torso straight.
That was
half.
fucking brutal.
Yeah.
And then they're running, they're running away from the situation, and then Kathleen.
Yeah, and he's just. I thought they were gonna do the like bloater tears off part of his skin and throw it at people.
No.
I guess they're not gonna do that in this. But he's just going around. He's fucking bodying people.
He's fucking crazy. He's fucking tearing house.
Ellie gets trapped in this car with this like
Great
fucking
scene.
Gymnastics. The rain
Dude,
fucking
she's fucking
clicker, dude.
flopping over all these seats, which just looked really funny. Literally, and then it was funny.
Yeah.
She just kept flopping, dude. It was tense. It was really good. I loved how that was set up.
Yeah, and then eventually, Ellie and the boys get away.
Yep.
And they get stopped by Kathleen.
Oh, Kathleen.
And she's like, Henry, I'm gonna kill you now.
I'm gonna kill you now.
and the fucking like she says earlier on, she was just gonna kill Sam just to fucking kill him. Which fuck her, whatever.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Like
dude.
that's fucked up. And he's like, why would you kill him? He's a kid. And she's like, kids die all the time, Henry.
Honestly, in the show.
Yeah, she's not wrong. But like unnecessary killing. Come on, you don't need to do that.
She's a bad person. So
I mean, maybe she was gonna do it so Sam didn't come back for revenge.
It's so probably
for Henry,
yeah.
if she just killed Henry and let him
go.
go.
I think it was just to mentally fuck with probably Henry.
Because that's what happens in part 2, The Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah.
She's right behind me, isn't she? 4.
Holy shit, dude! Kathleen's death, funny.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
funny. It's just funny. Man.
Yeah, because it's great because it's a kid clicker too.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking awesome.
Oh, kids
die all the time.
Yeah, fucking cunts die all the time too.
And there she fucking goes, and that's the end of Kathleen.
I think she drags her away too or something.
It's
like
fucking
it's
awesome.
brutal. It's great.
It's fucking awesome.
Then they walk away. They meet up in like a motel.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have this quiet scene. Joel, he was against the idea of Henry going with them to like Wyoming.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, yeah, we could use an extra set of
Yeah,
hands.
yeah,
You seem pretty capable. Like it's a nice little opening up moment.
I wouldn't go that far, but like they're helpful.
Yeah. Well, that's what Joel says. He's like, you seem pretty capable or something. Yeah. And then he says something about Ellie where it's nice that it's easier for them because they don't have to care for somebody else.
Yeah, this is.
And then it cuts to fucking Ellie, who's got this big sister energy
going
on.
I think they're reading a comic because they have a comic.
Yes, Captain Starlight or fucking something.
Captain Planet. And
Captain Planet and
Forces of
shits
Evil
his pants or something.
Shits his pants.
Captain Planet goes to Ohio.
That's topical. That's funny.
That's gonna be topical for the next 30 years.
Definitely. Unfortunate. But
yeah. So, anyways, so Ellie's like she's talking to Sam, have a nice little bonding moment, and Sam, it's different to the game. He tells her that he got bit. He got bit on his leg or something.
Mm-hmm.
And Ellie, is changed from the game. She cuts open her hand.
She's like, too fucking easy. I know what to do.
And she explains that like it might be medicine. She tells him that it's just medicine to try and give him hope, I guess.
Yeah.
Puts it on his cuts, and like maybe even a part of her wants to believe that it's gonna work.
Right.
And she promises that they'll stay up together.
She doesn't.
She does fall asleep, which is fine.
It's fine, yeah.
I get like fucking tired. Like they had a big
they're
fucking day.
They're a long day.
Running away from clickers. I'm tired just running.
Yeah, man. And then she wakes up. Sam.
She goes over and like it's interesting. Like he doesn't attack her until she touches him because like he's deaf.
Yeah.
So it's almost implied that maybe he was still kind of there because earlier in the show it's implied that, or not it's implied, it's shown that the fungus can kind of almost heal you in a way.
That's
like if you have an ailment. So like if he became a clicker, maybe it would somewhat fix his hearing.
Yeah, he can maybe hear a little bit.
And so it's kind of, since he still can't hear her, it's kind of implied that like a bit of him might be still there.
Yeah.
Even though he attacks her and tries to kill her. And they have a little shuffled fight thing, like in
scuffle.
the game, little scuffle, and Henry has to shoot him.
Yep.
Keeps Joel away from him by shooting the ground. He's like, don't do anything.
Yeah.
Kills Sam instinctively. Is horrified by that he just killed his little brother.
Yeah, it's fucked.
And Joel tries to like get him to
Calm
calm
him
down.
down.
And Henry shoots himself.
Yeesh.
Second suicide. Third, technically, of the show.
Yep. This shit's crazy.
And then we have a little burial scene, which is nice.
Yeah.
Ellie writes, "I'm sorry," which can mean a number of things. Like, I'm sorry for giving you hope. I'm sorry for...
Sorry that you had to
whatever.
go through this and
Yeah.
all that. Just pretty
And
sad.
Then that's where we're left off, and that's all we got so
And
far.
then today, episode 6 comes out.
man.
So, there's that.
I wonder what the next episode's gonna be, because I was trying to break down in my
I
head
watched the
what might be.
trailer. I think they meet with Tommy. Tommy!
Oh, do they meet with Tommy?
I think so, yeah.
I'm wondering when like the Left Behind stuff is gonna be,
I don't know.
and like how like the last 4 episodes are gonna be.
I don't know. I'm excited, though.
I wonder where they're gonna leave off in this one.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll have to fucking watch it.
What do you have to see?
Overall,
But-
great show.
Really great show. Really good so far. I'm really excited for the rest of it.
Yeah.
The last of it.
That was pretty good. That was awesome. Yeah, I'm excited. This is a great show. 9 out of 10 so far.
Yeah, 8 out of 10. I would highly recommend it. Even if you listen to us, I would still.
Just please watch it.
It's just the cinematography is great. The production value is great. Apparently, the budget wasn't as big as I thought it was.
It looks great, though.
It looks really good. Like Craig Mazin, I still can't remember his name.
Mm-hmm.
He mentioned a couple times in the podcast, like how they kind of had to hide their budget, and like how they
You
had
could
to
tell
be
what-
kind of liberal
he did-
with something.
They did hide the clickers in the episode, too. A little bit, so.
I think that works though.
It does work.
Because like in like monster movies, you don't want to show the monster too much.
No, yeah.
Because like if you saw a clicker in broad daylight and you saw everything about it and you could pick apart the makeup, which isn't gonna be perfect because like you obviously can't make a full on clicker. You can't just
No.
explode somebody's fucking face out. Like,
No.
Like there's always gonna be like a layer on top of somebody's face, but you have to be a good makeup artist to make that look real enough.
Yeah.
But if you sit there in the daylight and you can pick it apart, it's gonna look bad no matter how
Oh,
expensive
for
it is.
sure. Yeah, yeah.
And like it was great.
Yeah, it's a great show.
Yeah, like
I don't
production value, cinematography.
It'll be hard to beat.
acting. Pedro Pascal is really good. Bella Ramsey is really good. I
Yep.
still don't see it in the face, but I think in the voice, there's a lot
Yes.
of times where I'm like, that is spot on.
Mannerisms, voice, literally everything else except for her face, it's Ellie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And like I think it's so stupid how people are making fun of her.
Let
like,
her be, dude.
like they like I've heard horrible things like
Just let her be.
like fetal alcohol
Christ.
syndrome or whatever it's called.
I don't
Like,
want to know. That's awful.
it's fucked up what people
Yeah.
are saying, or like
That's awful.
she looks like a fish or something
Jesus
from like
Christ.
Shark Tale, where like her eyes are a bit too
Now
far
that's just
apart.
not real.
It's
That's
fucked
just
up.
not.
No, I've seen it. I've seen it on like TikTok, and I'm like, why? She like
It's like let her be.
just let her be.
She's
Like she's
fucking.
a great actress. Just
You're just jealous that she makes more money than you.
like she makes definitely way more money than
Well,
me.
yeah, more money than
Yeah.
most of the people making fun of her.
It's like go for it, dude.
Yeah, man, go off.
Like fucking
Queen, go off.
like, oh, you can make fun of Pedro Pascal's patchy beard, but they won't because Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
like
no one
'cause-
touches him.
It's like because they like him already. It's like Bella Ramsey. you don't
she's
have-
new. She's relatively new.
Yeah, she's relatively new.
I think
so
she
it's
was in
like-
Game of Thrones, maybe, or something.
Yeah, I guess she was in one of the later seasons.
I don't fucking know. She's relatively new, so I guess whatever. But it's like, fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, which
Let her-
actually I like Joel's patchy beard, by the way. Yeah, she was pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
I think that's about it.
I think that's about it. Yeah.
Get into
Get into
Sideflicks.
Sideflicks.
What are you sideflicking?
I haven't sideflicked a lot. Not really a lot at all, actually. In fact, off the top of my
we
head.
gotta actually hurry up
Okay.
because I told Coleman
Well.
12.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Keep this in. Well, luckily for you,
Then we
Nate.
Get you at.
I'll talk while he's doing this. Honestly, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a disappointed in myself. I didn't sideflick a lot. Off the top of my dome, I watched Last of Us, and that's about it, man. I was just kind of just existing. I've been so busy lately. I haven't been able to watch much of anything. I was gonna originally watch Knock on the Cabin Door, the new M. Night Shyamalan movie with my wonderful girlfriend, but I was just too busy. And yeah, eventually I do want to watch that still with her if she's down. That's really all I got though. Like honestly,
I missed all that. So you said you watched The Knock at the Cabin?
No, I wanted to.
Oh, you wanted
I didn't get to. I was.
That's not a side flick.
Well,
That's a potential side flick.
I was explaining to the podcast viewers.
Good lord.
That I didn't side flick anything.
Oh.
Yeah.
What a fucking asshole.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I feel bad about it, but
well,
what did you side flick, buddy?
I flicked a lot.
Yeah, you fucking did. Yeah, you flicking did.
That's what we got. I watched Elvis. I talked to you guys about that off the podcast.
You said, if I remember correctly, you thought it was fine, but Austin Butler did great.
It felt... It moved super fast.
Yep.
But it felt like 6 hours.
Yep.
It was not good.
No.
I would not recommend it to anybody. It's very badly edited. It goes for too much, and it does not
That's just a Baz Luhrmann, his editing style.
That's what I've heard.
So it's like...
I watched Avatar 2, The Way of Water. It's not The Way of the Water, like I thought. And I thought it was fine. I think the characters are really shallow. There's not much to them. Visually, yeah, it's kind of pretty. It's basically the same movie. Again.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was
It's the same exact bad guy, brought back for reasons that I guess make sense in universe. It's probably too long.
Oh my god!
It's like 3 hours.
3 hours and 17 minutes, dude.
Yeah, it's too long.
You're fucking me.
I watched The Fabelmans.
Mm-hmm. You said it was fucking boring.
Really boring. I don't get it, man. Me and Coleman tried to watch it, and we almost fall asleep watching it.
That's crazy. In the theater?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Really fucking boring. Like, you have to be just like some sort of just
savant.
Fucking artsy-fartsy asshole.
Speaking of asshole.
Yeah. That's just like, Spielberg is like
the
apex of... Yes.
Spielberg is the apex of cinema.
It's a cinematography on Steven Spielberg.
Yes, I love him.
I love a berg.
I love the berg. So, by the way, if you guys couldn't tell, he's watching all the things that were nominated for Oscars.
Whoa! That was the last one I watched of those.
Oh, really?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
I think the Fabelmans, it turned me off a bit from watching all of them because if it's just gonna be fucking just art fart
shit,
like diarrhea, fucking boring movies, or like overly edited, just fucking bad movies.
You gotta admit,
or mediocre movies. It's like
mediocre,
like Best Picture nominees. There's a weird disconnect from what they're nominated for. Like, they aren't the best movies out there.
No.
They are things that are more culturally significant that came out that year for any particular reason.
Sure.
Like The Fabelmans, people say it's good and it's culturally significant because I guess it's a sort of biography on Steven Spielberg's life.
Yeah.
And he's huge in the film industry. There's
no
denying that.
It's Spielberg.
Your fucking grandma's aunt fucking knows who he is.
Your grandma's aunt.
But your aunt's grandma doesn't fucking know who Edgar Wright is. I guarantee.
No. You gotta admit, though, did you like Austin Butler's performance?
Yeah, he was good.
He was good. Fantastic. I get why he's nominated for Oscar.
Yeah, that one makes sense. But Elvis biographies, they get nominated all the time.
Of course,
Fucking Bo Rap, I think, got nominated, even though it wasn't that great. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't that great.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure the Elton John one got nominated.
I don't think it did, and I enjoyed that one more.
Interesting.
Avatar got nominated probably because
it's James Cameron.
It's like now it's technically a franchise, and it's one of the biggest of all time.
Gross.
And like special effects wise,
I mean, it looks
like
pretty.
I'll say that. It's pushed that kind of technology really far, and like James Cameron has invested a lot in building up like the back end of like these studios to like make this technology viable for movies in the future. So I guess that's probably a reason why.
Probably.
Or maybe they're like, oh, it's pretty, so it must be good.
Oh, it's pretty. Yeah, fucking. I feel like that's half the critics.
But you know what I actually enjoyed
What did you enjoy, actually?
I enjoyed. So we've been talking about Scooby-Doo quite a bit.
We have been lately.
And I casually watched Scooby-Doo Mystery Begins.
Which one is that? That's the one from Cartoon Network 2009, right?
Yeah, that's
the worst one?
No.
Are you fucking kidding
That's
me?
the live-action prequel.
Yeah, it's the live-action
It's
where Shaggy sounds like this instead of like zoinks. Like, he sounds more like this, man.
It's good. Rewatch.
No,
it's
not.
Actually pretty solid.
No, it's fucking not good, dude.
The cast is good. It's a fun little Scooby-Doo adventure.
You're fucking stoned.
But it's live action. Scooby is goofy and it's fun.
Scooby-Doo.
It's a fucking tour de force compared to Velma.
It's the fucking simplest mystery in the fucking world. What are you talking about?
That's fine. It's their first mystery. That's fine.
But it's not the first Scooby-Doo mystery.
But it's an origin story. It doesn't need to be this bombastic, epic.
Right, but it should be a better mystery
Avengers
than
Endgame Thanos.
Yes, but
fucking Kang the Conqueror level threat. It's got to be this. Hey guys, like zoinks, we gotta get together and like do a mystery.
It's fucking bad. It's fat. It's bad.
Mystery.
No, he's bad. It's bad, man.
Rewatch. It's on HBO Max.
I know it's fucking on.
Watch for free.
I know it's on fucking
For
HBO
free.
Max. For free?
For free. Fucking what else we got here? I'm gonna admit something.
Yeah.
I've come to this conclusion.
I admit it.
I've come to this conclusion that I have
love Velma.
I have a special place in my heart for casually enjoying
I don't like this build up.
Adam Sandler movies.
Good gravy, dude.
I watched Blended.
What happened, man? We haven't seen each other in 2 weeks. What the fuck happened?
I watched Blended, and I really enjoyed it. At the time, I thought it was super bland and whatever, but there's some actually fun stuff in it. It's actually funny. It's one of the last funny Adam Sandler movies.
The last funny.
I'll say the recent Adam Sandler
Come on
movies
now.
from like
Hubie Halloween's a hood classic.
From like 2016, like Ridiculous 6 on. I don't think he's made a
Come
good
on.
movie.
Hubie Halloween's a hood classic.
But Blended, I don't know. I love Cameron Diaz. I think she's like one of my...
Isn't it Drew Barrymore?
Yeah, Drew Barrymore.
Not Cameron Diaz.
I get those two mixed up. Drew Barrymore, she's like one of my celebrity crushes.
She buries more, you know.
Yeah, and she's great. She's fun.
I don't know.
Bella Thorne's in it, and they try and make her unattractive.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
It's not.
Then, yeah, I just think it's a fun little family film. Like it's not the deepest thing. It's not Avengers.
It's not Hubie Halloween.
I would compare everything to Avengers.
It's not Hubie Halloween.
Yeah, I'm glad it's not.
I'm glad it isn't. But I want it to be Hubie Halloween because I liked Hubie Halloween.
I fucking hate that movie. Anyways, here's a good movie that critics are wrong about.
Another one?
Another one.
Yeah.
This one I just watched.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Gavin. Ant-Man 3.
Quantum Granium.
Waspmania. Quantum and the Waspmania.
Quantum and the Waspmania.
Quantmania.
Quasmania.
Clever title name.
So you watched it. How was it?
It was really fun.
Oh, okay.
It's not deep.
No.
It's one of the it's not deep at all.
No.
It's not that deep.
No, it's not that deep.
It's not that deep, bro.
You should tell it to the critics.
It's wacky, it's weird, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it gets nuts. You see fucking MODOK and he looks like Mr. Electric.
What the fuck?
Kang is cool. He's fun.
Kang is cool.
He's like actually like threatening. He doesn't quip and joke. Like he's actually like a
thank God
like sinister villain that like they're gonna build up for the next Avengers, and it's just wacky, dude. And like I love wacky comic book movies that just they take a swing, take a big swing, and for me this one hit. I'd give it like a 7 or an 8.
That's pretty high.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'll watch it when it comes to Disney Plus.
Like critics aren't everything, man.
No, they're not.
Like, we always see Rotten Tomatoes and we're like, it's not good.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Within the past year, I've had 2 movies that were rotten, and I've liked both of them.
Yeah, you like Bullet Train.
Yeah, Bullet Train. It's got like a 50 or 51 or something like that.
I still don't like it, man.
And that's fine. That's understandable.
I'm in the minority.
And
or
like,
the majority, I mean.
I can understand why a lot of people don't like this movie, because it gets really weird at times.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of aliens and just goofy-looking shit. like
goofy
there's a guy, there's a henchman in this.
There's a guy.
There's a decent amount of screen time that just has a fucking light bulb as a head. And he shoots like a laser out of it. And he's like, the rest of it sounds like a
Saturday night.
guy.
This sounds like a really bad Saturday Night Live costume.
No, it looks good. It actually looks cool.
Fair enough.
He's pretty cool. But it's fun.
My weekly Saturday Night Live reference.
Cake at times looks a bit goofy.
Kang?
Because he has this like blue shield that comes over his face, and just the way it looks with like Jonathan Major's face behind it, it just looks a bit goofy because it's like blue.
Fair enough.
What is wrong with you? Why are you blue?
Hey man, Jonathan Major's a good actor.
He's great.
So maybe he's good in this.
He beats the fuck out of Ant-Man.
Awesome.
It's in the trailers, but like, he beats the piss out of him.
There you go, man.
I love when it
shows him as a threat. There you go. That's all you want.
Some of the best comic book movies have scenes where just the villain beats the ever living piss out of the good guy.
Oh yeah.
Like Spider-Man 1, Goblin is fucking just railing on Spider-Man.
I feel like Spider-Man gets
fucked.
Spider-Man. I feel like Spider-Man in the early days got fucked a lot though. So
who did?
Tobey Maguire.
Oh yeah.
He got fucked so many times. I think every movie he got fucked.
Yeah.
Like if you really think about it.
Yeah,
every movie he's been in.
I mean, especially in 1 though. At the end where his suit is like all tore up, and his suit is like half torn off by the end of that movie.
Yeah, man.
It's great. We already talked about that.
We did. They're awesome.
We have a podcast.
Yeah, maybe you should listen to them or something.
Yeah, you should definitely listen to them.
Is that all you got, man?
Yeah. Go watch Ant-Man 3.
Okay.
Please.
I'll watch it on Disney Plus.
I mean, you can watch it if you want.
I'm gonna watch it.
I'm just telling everybody else, hey, go watch it.
I'm gonna watch it on Disney Plus.
Yeah, that's fair.
I missed my opportunity. I was gonna go with you guys, but I was busy.
Yeah, and there's actually some really cool post-credit scenes.
Oh.
Like they aren't just like quick little jokes. Like sometimes they are, which I like those.
No.
Like the Multiverse of Madness one.
The
Howard the Duck ones are fun. These are ones that are actually like, holy shit! All right.
Yeah, all right. You getting excited?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
I can hear you getting excited.
No, there's some like actually really cool shit that I did not know going in. Most of the times I have the post-credit scenes spoiled for me somehow.
Well, thank God you didn't.
I didn't when I saw them. I'm like, oh my god, that's pretty cool, man.
There you go. Maybe you should stay away from spoilers.
I try to.
Yeah. I mean, we all try to.
It used to be a lot harder because, like, I used to be just chronically online more.
Whoop, whoop.
Now it's like I just don't have time to keep up as much as I used to.
Yeah, man.
So.
There you go. They're just going to do it. That's going to fucking do it.
That's going to do it. So thank you guys so much for listening.
Yeah.
To another episode of the Gav and Nate Podcast.
Yeah.
I have been Nathan.
I have been Gavin.
You've been Gavin?
Yeah. I've been Gavin.
All right.
Honestly, do you want to plug socials?
Yeah.
Do it.
You got them?
Do you got them?
I don't fucking got them.
Okay, well I got them. I'm Sype Gavin on Instagram, and this guy over here is N Saxon 2233 on Letterboxd.
That's right.
Go see his reviews, man. See if they're good.
I don't write that many worded reviews. I just kind of put in like a number.
Well, it's a summary, but that's fine. Sometimes you do.
Sometimes very vaguely. I'm like, yeah, right.
Yeah, right. You got it for the next time. Like you think of movies, just like okay, you just gotta put yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you know what I mean. All right, thanks y'all for listening and shit.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. Where I think we're gonna do the second half of The Last of Us.
Probably. There's not really anything interesting coming out in the movies.
Yeah, not really.
I mean, I want to see what Knock on the Cabin Door.
I don't care to see it because I had the ending. I didn't have the ending spoiled for me, but I had the
twist, the M. Night Shyamalan twist.
I heard it's not satisfying at all.
I've seen good reviews of it, so I'm just gonna let it watch. Don't spoil it.
I've heard it's not amazing, so I just.
You know what?
It was on our docket to like if the reviews are good.
Yeah, they have been good.
I've heard it's not that great.
68% Rotten. And then, like, it's usually, like, around 6s. So it's like, yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, better than old.
Put it on your fucking Sideflicks.
Maybe, I don't know. Bye!
Bye.